この字は何？
雨だよ。
え？雨？じゃあ明日は中止だね。
なんで？
明日は雨だ。
よかった。山に登りたくなかった。
山に登らなくてもいいよ。
そうなの？富士山に行くと思っていた。
うん、グループの半分が山に登る。
もう半分は？
川で遊ぶ。
そっか。高い山に登るのが嫌だ。でも川で遊びたい。
そして夕方はみんなでキャンプをするよ。
いいな。雨が止まないかな。
てるてる坊主を作って雨を止めましょう。
いいね。
Welcome to the live stream, everyone. How's it going today? It's lesson 19.
はい、みんなようこそ。
How's it going? I already said that. Yeah, lesson 19, different thumbnail because I realized last week that this the thumbnails for these live streams weren't exactly telling the whole story of what's actually happening here. So welcome everyone. How's it going? More of a blessing. Oh yeah, the ones came in a tube. The M&Ms for millimeters. Millimeters are how you measure M&Ms.
そうなの？
No.
あ、違うよね。びっくりした。
Are we no longer destroying kanji? We are indeed destroying kanji.
はい。
Nothing has changed. It's just that the old live stream thumbnails, those thumbnails work for the actual videos, but for the live streams, they're not exactly representative of what happens here. So people were clicking on those thumbnails and seeing this, or even seeing, this, and being like, this isn't what I clicked. And we realized it was a bit of false advertising. So we made something a little more accurate. Hopefully it makes sense. Come to Japan Dances. Cute picture. Thank you very much. Also said he loves the thumbnail. Montana Margot, Grammy. That's very good. Yeah, that's exactly what this is. This is a persimmon tree.
そう。
Kaki.
日本は柿が一般的な木だと思うんですけど。
It's a very common tree to run into in Japan. You'll see kaki trees all over the place, persimmon trees. We have one in our backyard. I don't think I ever saw one in the United States, at least in New Jersey, when I was growing up. I don't remember ever seeing a persimmon tree. I don't know.
みんな食べたことある？
Has anyone ever eaten any? I never ate persimmon until I came to Japan, I don't think. I'm a big fan, actually. Yuki didn't know that I was a big fan until like a week ago. But her mom gave us a bunch, and I was like, oh, man, I love these things. We actually call persimmons Japanese fruit in my country. Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
マジでこれジャパニーズフルーツ？
More Blessing says, I, for one, love the new thumbnail. The example shown is quite nice. It is. It's from last week, I think, right? I can't remember whose exactly, but 食べたことがないですね. Persimmons are tasty. Yes, they are.
ねえ。
Welcome to the stream, Tan Girl across the sea. Not New Jersey, California. They have to be very ripe to taste good. Yeah. Yuki likes them not very ripe. She likes them a little crunchy still.
そう。
And I like them quite ripe, or at least like in between. There's actually two types of persimmon. There is, what would you call it?
渋柿なんですけど、ビルパーシモン。
Bitter or like stringent persimmon?
そう、それだよね。
Stringent persimmon? Yeah, astringent, right?
Bitterness is different.
Those are the one type, and then there's sweet persimmon, which are not bitter. Or astringent. They're just sweet. They're like a sweet fruit. And they're two types. And the way to eat the astringent ones is you're supposed to dry them out. You dry them out first after you like dip them in something. I don't know. I think in Nagano they do sake.
Kinds がある。Various kinds がある。
There's various different ways, but you dip it in something to like keep the bugs off, and then you dry it out, and then they're sweet when you eat them. But if you eat those raw, yeah, you're gonna get a mouth tingly feeling.
そう大変だからね、本当。渋柿は日本に来た時に生で食べないでください。
Yeah, don't eat shibugaki raw. Curiously, persimmon's called kakaki. Ah, interesting in Portuguese. Has the same pronunciation. That might be where it came from in Japanese then, maybe.
へえ。
Interesting.
そうかもね。だってその日本はポルトガルからいろいろ輸入してる歴史があるから、マジでポル ポーチュギーズとジャパニーズはカキか。みんなカキ
Let's find out. We'll go, let's share the desktop. I don't know if you can see that. Probably can't see that. Hold on. I don't usually show this screen very much, so we'll do that. I don't actually have a keyboard attached to our streaming computer, so that's fun. Switch to Japanese.
変換ね。いいですね。カキ。
Kaki. And this often will tell us where it came from. So there's
これだ。
this one, Japanese persimmon. It doesn't say whether or not it came from Portuguese. Interesting. So maybe that's just like a, or maybe the Japanese kaki came to Portugal or Brazil from Japan and they just took the same name. That's also possible.
ねえ。なんだろうね、それ。
Yeah, who knows?
不思議
Interesting.
Do you need one? No.
Do you
ダメ
need one?
ダメですよ。
Keyboard? No. We have
そう
keyboards.
そう
It's just
そう。このね、
um,
スペースを確保す
there's no
るためなんだ
space.
か
Yeah,
ら、
on the
こ
desk.
こを。
So I'm just
Dame,
using
dame.
the on-screen keyboard. It's,
そうそう。
it's also good. The on-screen keyboard is good for like I kind of like it for showing you guys like if I want to type something in Japanese. Like I just learned the other day. So for example, I learned. So when I usually type things like a T, so I would type TE. LI, and that gives me a small I, right? Or XI, and that would give me a small E, right? But I just found out, Yuki just taught me that you can type THI, and that gives you T, and I never knew that. So anyway, having a
だよね。
T, yeah, because who would ever think of that? So having this little keyboard here on screen is actually quite nice to show people in future videos and stuff how to type certain things, or even in live streams.
いいよね。
So yeah.
ファースト
I don't
タ
mind.
イパ
Oh,
ー
wrong
を。
one. There we go.
ファーストタイパーを目指す会。
yeah. Wiktionary says from Old Japanese, first cited to a text from 770 CE, further derivation uncertain. Interesting. Possibilities included. There are some words that have the same sound or meaning in Japanese and Portuguese, like kopo in Portuguese and koppu. Oh, okay.
そうな
Interesting.
の？
私のおばあちゃんはよく柿クッキーを作ってくれました。
美味しそう。
That's cool, Alex. Oh,
な
this
ん
is
か私をちょっと意見があるんですけど、まだ日本人は柿のことをなんかうまく開発できてないと思うの。トイレみたいにね。まだ。
You think Japanese people haven't really gotten the best use out of persimmons just yet? They haven't quite figured them out
そうだって今
like they have toilets.
そうそう今はだって生で食べるか、そのスイートカキは生で食べるか、渋柿はドライで食べるかの 2個しかない。
Yeah, so there's only really two ways that they're eaten in Japan. You either eat them raw if they're sweet ones, or you dry them out and eat them if they're shibugaki, astringent persimmons. And they don't really do anything else with them.
ね。
So yeah, I guess
いい
you don't even really see like kaki flavored sweets very often, I don't think, or like kaki ice cream. That would probably be delicious, but it's just not it hasn't been. There's so many. Like archery probably has 200, and there's currently these mukudori, something Japanese starlings is I think what they're called in English, but mukudori there's just hundreds of them eating all of the kaki on our tree because we couldn't harvest them this year. But yeah, they're probably good persimmon cookies. I like to eat kaki with prosciutto. Oh, nice. Dan and his fancy stuff.
ねえ。
All right.
そのメロン&プロシュートみたいなやつだ。
That's probably good though.
ファンシー。
Right? All right. So today, they weren't overly sweet. The styles she made were very soft with fresh persimmon pieces that she would candy herself. Oh, nice. Love from India. Welcome to the stream, Sahila
よう
Dakish.
こそありがとうございます。
Hey, Luna. How's it going? It's so good. Bread sounds the same in French, pam, but spelled pain. I believe that pam in Japanese came from Portuguese. I'm almost positive that one was straight from Portuguese or French, one or the other. We can look it up. Let's find out. Do I not have a desktop button on this thingy? I do not have a desktop button. I should add that. Desktop. We'll go with this. Back. PANN. Bang. And then we could actually switch it to katakana. Let's see what you get. Ooh, whoa, I don't want to make that tiny. Bread, Portuguese. Yeah, it's originally from pão.
本当だ、パオ。
And it's originally written with kanji. Very complex kanji. Let's go ahead and hit control. Is it this one? I think it's this one. Oh, minus. Plus. Control plus. And let's get that. Come back. Control plus. All right, that's better. And now you can see the kanji there.
You can see details じゃない?
Nah, that's not going to give us
あ、
anything
そう
good.
ですか。
It doesn't make it any bigger.
あ、
So you can see this kanji. Oh, that's the kanji that's in men, ramen. No, oh no, it's not. It's a little different.
ねえ、
Anyway,
読め
it's
ない
not quite.
ね。
Definitely can't read it, but that's how bread was originally spelled. Anyway, back to our what we're doing today. Oh, but let's actually look at the details here a little more. This is our office. So this is like the room right over there. And this is my computer, Yuki's computer. And looking right out the window is where the persimmon tree is. So where we can watch the birds while we work. That's why there haven't been many videos lately. We've just been watching birds. I'm kidding. By the way, quick announcement.
Hi.
I've put up questions on both YouTube and our Discord and on ToKiniAndy.com. You probably got an email from the ToKini.com or community if you're a member there, asking for questions because I'm going to be doing a video with the creator of Satori Reader next week. He's coming here. We're going to be sit right here and do a video answering your questions. So any questions you might have, they might be Japanese learning questions like how we learn Japanese or something silly like that, or it could be a technical question on when is ga not the subject marker, for example. It's always the subject marker. It could be anything you want. It's always the subject marker. It could be anything you want, but just throw some questions up, and we're going to answer as many as you can. We're going to try and record at least 10 questions that he gets from his students and at least 10 questions that I get from my students. And if the video goes well, we may continue and we may answer the other questions in other videos eventually. So please ask your questions that you might have in those threads, and we'll try to get those answered for you in the video. Should be a fun one.
まあ、instead of me だよね。
Yeah, instead of
この
Yuki. There's not going to be any Yuki in that video.
そう
But maybe if we can't answer all the questions, we'll continue with the ones that we weren't able to answer with Yuki instead of Brian. So we'll see. We'll see. Side by side today. Yes, side by side from now on. This is the new studio. It was a room that already existed. It was just we didn't have a use for it. So well, let's make it the studio. I hope it goes well. I think it'll be great.
ねえ、でも私も知りたい。どうしてが takes がなの question その
That's not what I asked. I said when is ga not the subject marker? And it's always the subject marker. Unless it's the conjunction that means but. Then it's something different. Anyway, okay, so let's go ahead and jump into the quiz. We're going to zoom in on this board a little bit. We'll just keep this picture.
あ、そうなんですか。あ、じゃあ
And get the other board.
はい。アダルボールとこのパンプキンくん。
Pumpkin-kun.
パンプキンくんね。
It's nice to be next to each other again,
あ、
eh?
すんごい量だよ今。
Look at this.
取れない。
Let's
出した方がわかると思うよ。
it's full.
いやいや出した方が。出さないとこの thickness が。
It's a lot of cards. All right, we're gonna switch over to this one. And so before we do anything, how does Brian eat his persimmons? Probably the same way Denthor eats his tomatoes. Almost definitely.
確かに。
Questions like that are absolutely fine, and they would be fun for the video. Before we do the quiz, let's just explain to those of you who have never been here for it how we actually do it. We're gonna pop a word with kanji, sometimes a tricky one, onto the board, and you're gonna give us how to read it in either katakana, hiragana, or romaji if you're unable to type in Japanese. Yeah, and we'll call out your orders. Whoever gets there first wins bananas.
はい、いきますよ。
Or persimmons. Can we even type persimmon here? That'd be funny. Hold on, let's see if I can type persimmon. Search emotes. It'll be in Japanese.
でもカーキーで出るかな。
書きで出るかな？出ないよね。Search emotes didn't even work. Nope, no persimmon. Bananas it is, ladies and gentlemen.
はい。
You're going to be getting a lot
悲しい
of
ね。
bananas. Okay. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started then.
いきますよ。これでいくか。じゃん。あ、ズーム。
いいよ。
No,ね。
I didn't really want to, but that's okay. じゃあ、それでいい。OK。
はい。おー、フォーカスですね。早い人がいるよ。
どうぞ
はい。あの件1番。これライブチャットになってる ?Make sure なんか we
いいよ。
はい、ありがとうございます。
お願いします。
はい、あの件1番、ゴシ2番、スターグミ3番、ポールさん、ポール
それでいいよ、ポ
23
ールさん。
4番、モービットブレッシング5番、レイジー、アレックスだよね。アレックス1。惜しいアレックス1惜しいアレックス1とかセンチュリーズ、あれなんだっけこの人。ちょっと待ってね。
わからないので、
ごめんなさい。
そのままでお願いします。
センチュリーさん、センチュリーさんだよね。はい、6番。
はい。アレックス。
あ、アレックス1。いいですね。アレックスいいですね。モンタナマーゴ。
7番ね。はい。
そう、アレックス7番。マーゴ、8番です。
はい。Alright, let's see what I've got for you.
私なんか間違えちゃったかと思う。いや。
There you go. Random one. I didn't even check. Missed the chon chon button. Go.
So,
It'd be nice if there's a chon chon button, but there's not. Although if you're on mobile, there is. That's right. Ping pong. Anoakin staff. Anoakin staff is first with whatever that says. I was going to read it. That would have given it away. Alex is in second place with Morbid Blessing in third. Tank Girl Across the Sea in fourth. Margot Coleman in fifth. Paul McArdle in sixth place. And Century Sun 1 in seventh. Five Toes Sloth Bear gets there in eighth. And please just call me Oak. I'll try to remember that. An Oaken staff. Right. Not Anoaken staff. It's an Oaken staff. So just Oak. Gotcha. Eighth place. Nice job. Okay, let's see what Yuki's got for us.
はい。選ぶの大変だな、これ。
見なければいいんだよ。
まず。カタカナコンバインドです。あれ
There was two in there. I read it as Anoaken staff too.
ね、Anoaken staff ね。
フリックを使ってます。なるほどね。That's pretty fast. Yeah, you definitely need the chon chon button.
ちょんちょんボタンがね、あるからね、フリックは。
That is the correct meaning, Stig01.
はい。いいですね。アレックス1番。あ、スティグさん、惜しい。スティグ01さん、ようこそ。惜しい。
惜しくないけど、合ってる意味が。
そう、合ってる。だけど、ちょっと
多分わかると思うよ。
スモールパートがちょっと違いました。モービッドブレッシングもちょっとサイズが違います。オーク2番いいですね。フリさんようこそ。フリさん3番、スター組4番、ゴーシー5番いいと思います。ってるね。ちょっとスモールと M の人がいるので。
何？
合ってるけど惜しい。
はい、our next one is going to be. Oh, this is easy. はい、go.
合ってるけど惜しい。
I'm so rusty, I blame the time change here. Fair enough. It's nice that we don't have a time change here. I don't like time changes. Although I still have to keep them in mind because most of you have them. Oak, first place. Alex, second place. Century Sun, that is away. Oh, no, wait. That's actually accurate. There are two ways to read that. Yes, that's correct. You got third place. Tank Girl Across the Sea, fourth place. Huli Segu in fifth place. Stig01 in that is what it looks like, though. But it's not quite that. Luna-san, that is correct. Sixth place. Morbid Blessing, you got seventh. Five Toes Sloth Bear, go janai. Yes, that is correct. Eighth place. And Montana Margaret, you got an extra ooh in there. Very, 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 very close. Cities across the U.S. keep voting to be done with daylight savings, and yet it persists. That is indeed Nishi there, Tankerl across the sea. I don't know why. I don't know if it's this room or what, but it kind of hurts to talk today. Come to Japan, Dan. That is correct. You got 9th place there. Excellent job. I overthought it. Says Dig 10. It's okay. Many people confuse those ones.
One枚が難しい。おい。
Nice. Another easy one for today.
ちょっと easy numbers ですね。
While we're waiting for some answers, I'm curious how you guys think.
お、多く惜しい。カウントジャパン惜しい。嘘。カウントジャパン惜しいですよ。クランキーさん。
Alex is definitely first.
合ってるけど。
Alex is first.
そうだね。はい、OK。アレックス1番、スター組2番。
センチュリーさんだな。
センチュリ
ーさんだな。
惜しい。ちょっと待ってね。センチュリーさん3番、モンタナマーゴ4番、ゴシ5番、カムテジャパン6番、ルナ7番、モアビートブレッシング8番です。
There you go.
難しいね、この。
6つ。ねえ。
6つ。小さいつがいるね。
It is close to tatsu ね。I can see how that would be confusing. Have we covered tatsu? I can't remember.
No, we didn't.
We have not, right? That's N4, right? What was a good one?
そうですね。
みんな、
それってジャパニーズソング
I believe so.
日本の歌ですか
みんな、ずっとずっと、I can't remember the next lyrics. ずっと、
あ、それだ。
There you go, guys. It is first place for Oak. Huli Segu is in second place with Lazy Wear. Lazy Werebear, Alex. You were so close. So close, but so far. Morbid Blessing is in third place with Century Sun in fourth. Tangrel Across the Sea, I guess that's Stargumi in fifth place with Clunky. Welcome to the stream in, I believe you got sixth place there. Will, I can't remember how to pronounce this name. I just saw a short about it, a joke short about it, but Nguyen. Can you guys remind me how to pronounce that name? I think it's Vietnamese. I can't remember. I always forget it though. Margot Coleman, you got 8th place. Alex, you're there in 9th with Come to Japan Dan in 10th, and Five Toes Sloth Bear in 11th. T Sutter, welcome to the stream. You got 12th place. Stig01, that is correct. You're in 13th place. Wow, there's a lot more people here all of a sudden. Luna, you got 14th place. That is correct. And Will, I think you are. Oh, I gave it to you there, but you got the reading there anyway. We'll give you the points from before. Zutto, It's a good song. It was always sung at kindergarten when I worked there. Stargumi or Tank Girl is fine. Sounds Nguyen. Okay, there it is. Okay, Nguyen. Thank you. Excellent. Let's get Yuki in there.
はい。ニューエンさんね。OK。おい。あ。
Oh, another tricky one.
さっきのやつに似てる。さっきのやつ、さっきの6つにとっても似てますね。多くいい、合ってる。多く1番。トゥルって読むの？ツッター？
テイサルだと思います。
あ、ティーサルか。すいません。ありがとうございます。2番。アレックス3番、スター組4番、クランキー5番、ゴーシー6番、ルーナ7番、モアビートブレッシング8番、スティーグ01、9番、モンタナマーゴ10番です。みんなこっちは間違えないね。
It's easy to mix up with 4つ and 8つ. Oh no, where'd Andy go? I disappeared. I had to go go do something important.
いやみんな素晴らしい。8つです。さっきは6つ。
Mutsu instead of mutsu, but this one's all good. Excellent job. All right, we've got how many have we done so far? 2, 4. Okay, we got 3 to go. That's a good one. I think that's one of the recent ones we did. Is that tea? It is indeed. It is indeed mugicha.
そう。最近ホット麦ティーにしています。
Mugi is just wheat, no?
違う、
wheat tea?
barley.
Barley tea. Similar. Swig Money, welcome to the stream. That is correct. You are in first place, I believe, with Stig 0. So close, but so far. Oak, you are correct, with Alex in third. So Oak was in second. Clunky in fourth place. Five Toes Saltbear in fifth. Paul in sixth. Huli Segu in seventh. Luna in eighth. Tank Girl Across the Sea in ninth place, with Morbid Blessing in 10th place. And Century Sun in 11th.
みんな
Kicking butt.
みんな素晴らしい。いくよ。じゃん。
All of these cards.
これ
And somehow the same kanji. Montana Margo got there in 12th place. Excellent job.
これまた tricky one。難しいやつになりました。
ね、
お、素晴らしい。オーク1番、スター組2番、アレックス3番、ゴーシー4番、クランキー5番。あ、ちょっと待ってね。ゴーシー、すいません、ゴーシー、惜しい。
Remember that 惜しい means close.
はい。
Almost.
クランキーさん4番、モービットブレッシング5番、ルーナ6番、モンタナマーゴ7番です。
Nice.
このエクステンションが。
You gotta remember to extend the verb. 8日。
はい。
instead of 4日。
4日は 4th.
It's so annoying, right? It's so hard. So 4日 is a day. But it's the 4th. You're going to be 4 days early if you go on 4日 instead of 8日.
失礼しました。ゴシ、8番かな。
9番。あ、8番だね。はい。There it is. This is a single word. It's up in the sky at night.
ふむふむ。
Not every night, but most nights. 早い。
お
Oak. That is correct. You're in first place. Huli Segu in second place. That is a reading of this kanji when it's in other words. It is indeed. But the actual thing, which is the moon, in case you didn't know, is what some other people have said, like Alex and Montana Margo, not quite. Tank Girl Across the Sea, 4th place. Century Sun in 5th. Luna in 6th. Morbid Blessing in 7th. Five Toes Sloth Bear in 8th. Clunky in 9th. Luna better get this one. Luna better get this. Yeah. Indeed. And there's the English kanji, or the image kanji from Five Toed Sloth Bear, yes. So getsu or gatsu is readings for this if it's in other words, like sangatsu would be absolutely correct. Montana Margo got there in 10th place. Or what's getsu? I don't know. Nangatsu. What's a word that has getsu as a reading of this? Getsuyobi. Getsuyobi would be the getsu reading. But as the single word that means moon, it's tsuki. There you go. All right, good job. We got one more for you before jumping into the lesson.
Hi.
Yes, Getsuyobi is indeed Monday. There's our last one. Speaking of moon. This is your chance, everyone.
そうそう、月末も月だね。もしかして最初に月が来れば月読みなのかな。
And then later when it's gatsu. It's possible. Boop, boop.
はい。
That would be if it was a day.
スティーグ01はミーニングが合ってます。多く惜しい。センチュリーさん1番。ファイブトルソースウェアはゴシ2番。
Alex,
アレックス惜しい。スター組3番。アレックス惜しい。タイ イポだ。モービットブレッシング4番。
Montana Margo close, but not quite.
はい。
Remember, this is month, not day.
そうなんですよ。フリセグ失礼しました。フリセグ5番。ルーナ6番。アレックスいいですね。7番。
I typed in a race each 1ヶ月 for なるほどね。
そっか。そういう時はガッツじゃなくてゲッツなのね。
Alright.
トリッキーワンダー。難しいですね。このガッツとゲッツ。
ね。Very tough.
はい。
But good job, everyone. We'll put the pumpkin back up here.
いや、みんな素晴らしい。
Even though it's not Halloween anymore.
いや、これからあれがあるでしょ。サンクスギビング、まあ、アメリカだけなんですけど。
Well, if it's Thanksgiving, then I guess we gotta go this way, eh? There we go. Thanksgiving for the Americans out there. It's funny, you can use the same decoration for multiple holidays. It just kind of look like a person from behind. I keep having to retype because I keep automatically hitting spacebar to change to kanji. Oh yeah, that's an easy one to get used to. I love that little get. 25% of Japanese is Twitch skills using the IME. Halloween is a state of mind. All right, guys, excellent job. So today we've got lots of kanji to cover.
そう、今日はねちょっと長いですよ。
Lots and lots of kanji to cover. I'll pull this over here for me on the first round, eh? So let's go ahead and see what the first one is. We'll take a look at the skit. この字は何?
雨だよ。
All right. Actually, let's just watch the first two kanji and we'll go through them fast because it's so short and we just get. この字は何?
雨だよ。
Eh? Okay.
はい。
That was fast. So our first two kanji for today are going to be ji and ame, but we'll just do ji first, obviously. So let's see if I can rate this one. It's very similar to gaku, which we've already done a bunch of, so it shouldn't be too difficult, I don't think. So we just start from the top, pull down, and then I guess we go out.
はい。
Pull in. And there's my G.
上手。上手です。
It's not bad.
すごく綺麗に描けてる。
ありがとうございます。
I
should just write with a marker all the time.
すいませんが、2箇所気になるんですけど。
2箇所気になるんだね。
はい。ちょっと質問なんですけど、
はい。
ここのところ、ここ払いだった？
払い、わかんない。I don't remember.
ここは止めます。
止めるね。I may have done 払い。This is 払いね。
そう、そう。
Okay.
まあ、払いっていうか、羽ね。
羽ね。
どっちでもいいんだけど。で、あと、もう一箇所。
はい。
この、
I wasn't sure about that one.
なんですけど、ここのね、このここのところ。
Is that 払い？
ここ、離した？この、ワンストロークで書いた？ワンストロークで書いた？ここ。
離したよ。I did this.
あ、本当？
I did this, stopped, raised, and then this.
OK。まあ、そこがね、つながってるかなと思って、ちょっと心配しました。
I see. No, I took it up.
OK, good. じゃあ、まあ、気持ちいい、この払った方がいいかも。
あれ気持ちいい払い？
払いっていうか、この、みたいに、この、ここを、ちょっとだけ。
Is it 払い or is it 止め？
どっちでもいいと思うんだけど、払いの方がいいと思うんですけど。
払い is better. Okay. I have no idea. Okay, so we're gonna go with 払い there ね。
なんか、パソコンのフォントとかは、払ってないよね。止めてると思うんだけど。
まあ、in computers they're connected, so.
そう。
My handwriting has improved so much from the tips I learned here. I'm so happy to hear that.
本
That's
当
great.
ありがとうござい
We're blessings.
ます。
I'm thankful for this team. Thank you. We're thankful for all
あ
of
り
you
が
as
とうござ
well.
います。
I need to start on learning Japanese so I have a reason to use all my fountain pen ink. Haha, yeah, that would be a very useful.
あ、そっか。
Very useful for it. My handwriting is dreadful, which is why I'm here. Welcome, T-Setter. I hope some of this will help you. What's harai? So harai is basically, so we've got different types of strokes in Japanese. For example, we have entry, where you put your pen down and sort of move over a little bit like that. And then you go down and see that. That's an entry. Harai is this kind of stroke, where you come in and you sort of, as you're pulling, or is that, yeah, you pick up your pen as you're still writing. You pick it up as you're still writing. Tome would be, which means stop, would be you'd stop here and raise your pen. Harai is raising your pen while you're still moving. I usually call it something like sweeping out in English, but in Japanese it's harai. Stopping stroke, which is what this needed to be, is like this is tome, which is stopping in Japanese. Something like that. Now I need a writing techniques video. After all of these live streams, I feel like we could pull something together. But let's go ahead and see Yuki's.
はい。いや、アンディはとってもよく書いてあるので、
ありがとうござい
ちょっ
ます。
とうまく書けるか心配。
I haven't oak, but it's certainly something I wouldn't mind doing eventually. We could have actually. So Yuki came over here.
は
I
い。
forgot that we actually have it set up so we can give it to Yuki over
大丈
here.
夫です。
Okay. So yeah. Looks good to me.
とっ
Mine
て
looks
も
okay.
上手だよ。
And of course Yuki's looks good, of course, obviously. There's not any huge differences. I guess you have a little bit, your second stroke here is a little bit bigger than mine. But other than that.
いや、とって
not
も
much to talk
上
about
手
there.
です。
Sweet.
はい。
Don't forget, if you are a member of ToKiniAndy.com and you have the membership role on our Discord, which you can get from the More menu next to your profile picture on ToKiniAndy.com, you can draw your own kanji, submit them on our Discord in the media share, what do you call it? The media share folder, and we will take a look at it for you.
今、
はい
ちょっとワンティップ G に対してあるんですけど、その今さアンディはこの子供の子っていう字、
はい。
このこうちょっと待ってね、子供の子っていう字が前回までここもねこういう風にそう横棒をつけてたんですけど、今はねうまくできてたんだけど、こういう風に来たらここら辺、このラウンドのトップしてるところら辺にこう横棒を持ってきた方がバランスが良くなる。みんなここ結構ね間違えてる、間違えてないんだけど、間違えてない、
sort of.
そう間違えてないけど、ここの方がいいけどここに書いてる人が結構いるから。
So let me go ahead and translate for that for all of you. Yes, Diego. We actually only do that on stream. In reality, we only speak in Japanese or when it's English time in English time. But for the live stream, I speak in English and I translate everything she says so that people can get some listening practice.
Hi.
So this is actually very unusual for us, but I do know it's quite common over here for couples. Anyway, what she just said right now is that it's very common, and it was common for me up until last week or last live stream, to do the third stroke in child, having it cross through the connection point between stroke 1 and 2. And it looks much, much better if you pull it in through the curve here, where you see she has done it, and where I did it in my last one. So you want to bring your line a little bit down. In fact, the thumbnail for this video has exactly this being corrected. So that's something to keep in mind as a tip when you're writing these. So I'm using this weird little brush pen right now, which is very difficult still for me, and I'm gonna see if I can write this one.
はい。
I'm gonna pull over to here. Actually, let's go right there. Zoom it up. That's pretty messy. I always struggle with the pressure on this.
難しいですよね。そうペンでは簡単に書けるのに、ブラッ
I'm
シュ
very
ペ
good
ン
with a
は
marker, but when it
難
comes
し
to a
い。
brush pen, it's pretty nightmarish. Let's just have Yuki write on mine.
ここねこの払いになってるここのところなんですけど、ここブラッシュペンだと結構はっきりわかるから気をつけた方がいいね。
Yeah,
ペ
this
ンだと
definitely had to be
そう
stopped.
そうペンだとそんなに変わらないんですけど。
I need to find and bookmark an example page for brushed kanji because I don't know the ends by heart. なるほど, says Paul. Okay, I'm back for a bit. Welcome back. Come to Japan, Dan. I think the writing techniques video is a pretty good idea. I have a million ideas and no time to actually script or film anything. Okay.
こんな感じか
I
な。
see. One thing I can always tell with Yuki's and something I struggle with a lot is you can see how my strokes get all thick. When they start thick, like here she's got a nice little, she's got a lot more, what's the subtlety to her strokes. They're a lot thinner where they should be, and
なんて言うんだ
it's a
ろう
little
ね。
bit
その
difficult.
強弱、strongness part と
Strength and weakness.
Yeah,
I haven't even figured out how I'm supposed to hold the pen. I think I'm supposed to be more up here. That helps.
この辺ですね。
That's really hard. So I'm trying something different here, guys, so bear with me. I see.
601が No pressure Andy, we all watching you って
Andy, can you write this kanji? Utsu. If I have an example in front of me, I can't write it from memory, I don't think. But I have written it many times. Refined strokes. Yeah. Fine strokes and thicker strokes. I saw a pack of 5 multicolor brush tip Bic markers at my local supermarket over the weekend. Sadly, despite their explicit brush description and graphic, it's just a standard felt tip. Oh my goodness, that's so disappointing. You should just do what people did back in the day and send them a message or send them a letter. I want my money back. Could try a different paper that bleeds a bit less since you're writing heavier. No pressure anywhere. I'll watching you. When using wet ink and writing from left to right, how do you avoid smudging the ink? It's very, very difficult not to do that. You basically have to wait until it dries and then start going. The issue with this bleeding so much is not so much the paper, although it is the paper. It's that there's a lot of ink in this thing, and I should probably brush some of it out before getting started. But and my pressure's wrong. Like you can see that Yuki's didn't bleed at all.
なぜだろう
Right? So she's got her pressures down more. Obviously, I could use a different paper and that would probably be a little bit better. But it's probably better to just get used to doing it correctly. If I can.
5 total software は When I'm using a brush, I'm not even touching a page or table って書いてるんですけど、レギュラーブラシ、これもそうちょっと近いんだけど、この
It's very hard to remember everything you're saying while I'm trying to write so that I can translate later. はい、でもいいよ。はい、もう一回やります。
ごめんなさい。
どうぞ。はい、
このあれ手をさ、ひっつかないためにこのペンでもここはあんまりその字のところにはつかないんだけど、それ自体はこの結構チップが上がってるまま、
はい、
ここがね。だけど5トーソロスベアのレギュラーブラシっていうのは全く別で、ここから書いてるから、ここから書いてるからその手が全くつかない。こうやって書いてるのね。
So what Five Toes Law Bear is saying was when a regular brush, they're holding it here and writing here. So your hand is never on the paper. So that means it doesn't cause any
そう
issues.
だからスマッジングはないんです。
With this one, you're basically only putting your right here. I haven't gotten used to this yet. And then writing like this, holding quite far up. But smudging doesn't become an issue. Although when you switch over to here, then it does become an issue. So you basically just have to wait for it to dry in that situation. So let's see if I can do it a little bit better. I'm sure I can't yet. Because I'm trying to hold it up here more, which is what I've never done before. It's an excuse, but it is what it is. Also, I just realized I wasn't breathing.
いいよ。
It's okay.
さっきより全然いい。
It's better than before, ne? How important? Oh, that's a good question. How important is neat handwriting in Japan culturally? Is it more strict than American English, or is it a personal preference? It's a great question. And I think that it's such a good question because it's something that people don't generally ask. They come at Japanese with their their native country's perspective on handwriting and stuff, which is normal. That's like what else can you do? And they just assume that, hey, it's not that important. Like it is, like in America, your handwriting is not super important. If it's really, really nice, people will compliment it, but it's not like a big deal. Culturally in Japan, handwriting is much, much more important. Up until very, very recently, like we're talking the past 5 years, you had to submit your resume, a handwritten resume, every single one. So if you're applying to 50 companies to get a job as an engineer, you're handwriting at 50 resumes, every single one. And even nowadays, you're pretty much expected to handwrite a resume. Yeah.
まあ作ってもねいいんだけどいいよ。だけどそのハンドライティングの方が印象が良いかも。
There it is. That's the point.
その
So
カ
she
ンパ
has,
ニーの
it has
ス
a
タイルで
much better, the impression is that you care more if you handwrite it. Well, I mean, which is, that would be true in America as well, but nobody's going to handwrite a resume. Are you crazy? Never, ever. I've never seen that. Yeah, so that should just give you sort of an idea of how much more important it is in Japanese culture. Handwriting, things like kanji and stuff, stroke order is extremely drilled into you as a child. Even adults are very aware of stroke order and things like that. They're, it's not something that people take lightly. For multiple reasons. Like there's a million reasons, but one that I always bring up is that if you write something really fast, because you're usually writing very fast, and you do the wrong stroke order, it can actually, like, because of the way that people connect strokes when they're writing kanji fast, if you do the wrong stroke order, it becomes illegible with fast handwriting. But if you have the correct stroke order and you're writing quickly and connecting strokes, because you're connecting the strokes in the correct order, you end up with legible words. So that's one reason why I think stroke order is so important. And if you write correctly, people just care, like they respect you more. This is a very anecdotal story, but when I was first working at the kindergarten, I don't know, 10 years ago, maybe more, 12 years ago, I needed to go to City Hall with the vice principal to fill out some forms. And he brought the form to me, and he gave it to me, and I started writing kanji, because, I could write kanji pretty well at the time. And he was shocked that my stroke order was correct. He was like, there's Japanese people that don't get that one correct. And from that day on, that guy, like, did anything for me. Like, I'm not, like, I didn't take advantage of it or anything, but he was just like, he would tell everyone he met the story for 10 years. Yuki met him for the first time when we were walking through a park like 6 months ago. And that was the first story he told her about how I wrote kanji correctly. So it has like a huge impact on the way people view you if you actually take the time and effort to, to do something that they all had to take the time and effort to do when they were kids. So yeah, huge part of the culture here. Very important. Of course, you're not writing in brush very often. So if you can't write in brush, it's not a big deal. But if you can write... if you can write nicely with a pen. The thing with a brush, right, is if you can write nicely with a brush, or even with like... oh gosh, I screwed that up. If you can write fairly nice with like even like a marker pen, it makes your pen writing, your ballpoint pen writing, much, much nicer. So it's worth the practice. But in my experience, it's okay. It's always been worth it. People are, the modern Japanese min-maxer, Japanese learning min-maxer is always like, you shouldn't bother with writing. Even Wani Kani is like, don't bother with writing. And I think that people who make those programs have not learned enough about the culture yet. They've learned Japanese really well, but they don't actually know anything about. They haven't like taken into account how important it is. So I'm actually a big proponent of learning to write. There's a lot of kanji to go over today, so I should probably stop it there. Anyway,
Hi.
My IT spouse would die. They have chicken scratch. Okay, there was a lot of comments on here after I did my rant. Let's go ahead and scroll up. I have this brush and I like it, but I have a tendency to squeeze it too much, ink everywhere. Yeah, that happens to me too. I have to try the Fude nib pen I just got, so if I can pull off the brush style strokes. It's hard, but it's worth it. You do get better at it. I've just bought the Genki textbooks and I'm a new learner to Japanese, self-study only, and I wanted any study tips you have. I made my own traceable practice sheets for hiragana and katakana. Check out the videos on this channel. We cover all of Genki, and I give tons of tips in there that I think will be helpful. Traceable practice. Definitely get down hiragana and katakana as soon as you can, and get as much exposure to real Japanese as you can while you go through. Blotting papers and blotting rollers help those who use fountain pens. I imagine they will work for brush pens, but I haven't tried it. Okay, interesting. My IT spouse, Morbid Blessing, must have been saying, yes, here we go for my rant. My IT spouse would die. They have chicken scratch. Please also go ask questions about Japanese learning here for an upcoming project. Oh, yes, please. Do you have any recommendations for apps that can recognize Japanese handwriting if written on a touchscreen? You don't need an app. Just use there's a keyboard. On Android and iOS, there's a keyboard setting that can turn on handwriting. I believe there's like a keyboard. You can just switch over to the language of handwriting and you can write them in. And pretty much any dictionary app will allow you to handwrite in the words. Someone else, Five Toes Sloth Bear, gave a recommendation. American man shocks Japanese native with kanji. That would have been the video, and it would have been true. And you could have had like the 15 years timeline of the person telling the story over and over again. It's true. It happens. To write is right. Culture is why I took the Shoto class. Yeah. Thanks so much for the in-depth answer. I had been wondering about that for a long time. Five Toes Sloth Bear. Thank you. It's certainly my favorite rant. I am a big proponent of the idea that anything worth doing is worth doing well. 100%. Okay, so our next kanji is a much tougher one. I didn't get super good at the ink pen here, but that's okay.
All right,
we have to check out everyone else's.
そうだよ。
That's the whole point of this
チ
video.
ップ、アンディの字に関してね、ちょっとだけチップを言いたいと思います。
Hi, Yuki has a tip for me.
そうそう。またこのボックスの話になるんですけど、ね、この上のこの冠がちょっとこのボックスに対して大きすぎるかな。
It's too big.
そう。もうちょっとこの thin で書いた方がこれだけ大きく書くんだったら、もう少しこの中の子供をこう大きく下まで大きく書くか、この辺までね、この辺まで大きく書くか、この冠をちっちゃくした方がいいかなって思います。
Okay. So she's saying I should make the crown, the house roof crown a little bit more compact on top and thinner. And this is an excuse, of course. I want to make it thinner. Like I was trying to make it this thin, but I couldn't. So it's something I need to practice, right? So like I think it's the way I hold the pen. Like if I hold it shorter like this, I have a little bit more control. Like I have a little bit, but I also have issues where I get really dirty fingers. So I feel like I should hold the pen more up here, and that's where that seems to be the recommended way to hold it. And I feel like if I learn to hold it higher up on the pen long term, I'll have more control. But I don't know if that's just a pipe dream or not. But yeah, something like that, eh?
いい感じよ。いいです。
That was better. That was
いい
better.
んじゃない？
Okay, so let's go ahead and look at some other students' writings. We'll start with Montana Margos. She sent me these ones. Possible error alert on Zapier. That's good to know. This is her G. She tried a few different times. Oh, and we got to this one.
いい。今、アンディに言ったその冠を線に書いてるのが結構できてると思います。
Yeah, so she says that you've, I know you're using a bit of a brush pen here, a type of brush pen. I'm not sure what kind, if it's a marker or an actual brush. I think it's a marker brush pen. But she's saying, she just said that what she can tell is that you follow the advice that she just gave me, which is to write the crown a little bit thinner. So that looks good.
だけど今度はそのクラウンと子供の上のこの「ふ」の部分がちょっとくっつきすぎかもね。わかる？ここがこう線に書いてあるじゃないですか、このクラウン。ちょっとくっつこう。
It's fine.
だけどこのここがね。
It's too inside of it.
そうくっつきすぎかなって思う。そうするとこっちが
Yeah, it becomes a little.
そうちょっとねこの舌が長くなりすぎてアンバランスに見える。
So her main piece of advice is that if she had anything was that perhaps the fu part within the child part of the kanji is maybe too inside of the crown. So it's like too connected to it. So you probably want to bring it down a little bit more.
そうだね。このぐらい余裕ができたら結構いいかなって思います。
It makes it easier to appear balanced. When the child gets too far up into there, you end up having to extend this down more to make it look more balanced, but it doesn't quite work out. So the main thing is you can bring your child down a little bit, and that'll help a lot.
はい。それ以外はね払いもできてるし、ここのところもモンタナマーゴできてたので。いいと思います。
Your harais and tomes and stuff are also you work it.
頑張ってた。
Entries too.
おや、アレックスが。
Alex had drawn utsu. All right, let's see what we got here. I think we got a few. Oh, we got a bunch. Okay. Needs more practice. I believe Five-Toed Sloth Bear here is actually using a full-on like real brush with real ink. So obviously. Gonna look a little different than yours, and that's fine.
そうね。ちょっとこの紙さ、この A4 のでかいやつみたいなやつで書いてるかな。この普通の
Are you writing? She's asking if you're writing this on a really big like a full size sheet.
半紙。
What size it is what she's asking.
そのなんかこの紙が半紙ってやつだったら。その一文字書くのにテクニックがあってこの紙は、It's on 半紙って書いてある。
Okay. So she's about to tell you a technique that is used when you're using 半紙 paper in particular.
半紙は一文字書くには真ん中に書かなきゃいけないんですけど、それがねうまくバランスを取るためにはまず真ん中に書くためには紙をね4つにフォールディングするの。
Oh, interesting. Okay. So she's saying that if you're using a full-on 4A4 hanshi paper, what they do is they take this whole piece and then they fold it in four. They fold it in half and then fold it in half again to get the 4 lines like in a box.
そのラインがそのボックスのチチチになる。
They become the chichichi for the box.
で、そうするとね、 これもすごくバランスよく書けてるんだけど、それで多分もっとうまく書ける
So
は
that
ず。
this is still very good balance, but if you try that out, it might help you get
そう
even
そう
better balance.
そう、
But in general, you've written it very
う
good.
ん、とっても上手。
そして多分これが紙の全部じゃないよね。もっとあるってことだよね。
こっちが多分このぐらいで、このぐらいじゃないかな。縦はもうちょっとあるかもしれないけど、
はい。
そうね。半紙だとこの縦と横のバランスがね、すごく重要になってですね。
I see.
そ
So
う
she's
そう、
saying
こ
that
の
the upper
半紙が、そう
and
そうそ
down
う、
balance becomes very important on hanshi
そうなんだよね。
and the
結構
middle.
綺麗に書けてるんだけど、多分その半紙のフォールディングのなんかサポートラインみたいなのが見えたら、多分書く場所が分かりやすくなる
So she's saying if you do the folding trick that they use,
かな。
it will help you get the balance even better. But your strokes look very, very good.
そう、ストロークスも結構上手。もうこういう羽とかも結構上手だから、そういう細かいバランスだよね。
そうだね。
はい、
This is Alex's.
アレックスも超上手。毎回なんですけど、このエントリーとか入りとか羽とかとっても上手に書いてあっていいと思います。ここまで来ると、まあ
So your entries and stuff, all
そう
that's very, very good.
このアンディとちょっと逆なんですけど、多分
opposite of me.
意識しすぎてるかもしれないんだけど、この冠が今度はちょっと小さすぎるかもね。
So she's saying, maybe you've kept that in mind a bit after looking at mine. But opposite of my problem of the crown being too big, your crown is probably a little bit too small.
そうだね。こんなに
Compared to
こ
the
う
child.
大きく書くんだったら、もっとこの冠はでっかく書かないと、この子がさ結構
It's a very large
So.
child. So she's saying if you're writing a very large child, you need a bigger crown for sure.
そう。
How to recognize? There's no way to recognize it. You just have to tell from context.
こういうこのぐらいだよね。この大きさ的には。それだったら私だったらこのぐらいの大きさで「こ」を書くから、この大きさ自体がちょっともうちょっと小さくても
So you can
よ
make
かったか
child a
な。
little bit smaller if you're going to draw that size of a crown.
そのぐらいで、もうストローク自体は結構上手だか
Drawing an
ら。
extra large child is a great sentence, yeah. This kanji is ji. It means character or letter. Aquarius. Here we've got morbid blessing.
はい、モービッドブレッシングね。モービッドブレッシングも結構上手。ストロークも結構上手に書けるようになってきた。
Got your exits, your stopping here looks very good. You've paused there, which is good. You've got a little bit of an entry there. You got your entry there looking good. And here, I like the switchback.
とってもいいんですけど、この子供の最後のこの横棒がもう少し長い方がいいかも。この冠と同じくらい長くできたら、結構いいなって。
So you want your yokobo, your one here to be at least the length of the width of your crown.
そう。
About that big.
そうそう。例えばこの辺だったらここからここ、だったら結構
right about here.
いい
So
感
about
じ。
that much longer. And it'll look much, much better. I would curve this out a little bit more too, but that's just a personal preference.
でもね、それはね、多分書けばもっとできるようになると思う。もう結構頑張ってるからそこ。
But overall, very good. Nice. T. Sutter, welcome to the group of shares. Looking good? Okay.
これはペンかな、ブラシペンで書いてるかな。
Let us know what you're using for this. Are you using a regular ballpoint pen or a brush type of pen? I'm guessing, looking at this and the size of the paper, I'm guessing it's a ballpoint pen.
ボールポイントペンか。ボールポイントペンでもちょっとだけこの入りとかをね、意識すると。
Fountain pen. Okay, it's a fountain pen.
あ、なるほどね。
Oh, that's a
私
little bit
使ったことない
So
やつだ。
she's never used a fountain pen, so it's a little bit difficult to give advice on that. But
そうね。どうやって出るんだろう、インクが。
So she's not sure how the ink will
Fountain
come out of a fountain pen. So it's a little hard to be certain how to expect for things like entry and exit to come. But I think it's similar to a ballpoint pen in the way that the ink comes out. At least I think. So what I would expect is if it comes out similar to a ballpoint pen, but not exactly the same, you might need to actually need to make the entries yourself. So an entry is like, for example, if you have a downstroke like this, you don't just go like that. You actually come down a little bit and then go down. And that is because you're mimicking calligraphy brushes. So a calligraphy brush, you put it down hard and then you let up a little bit on the pressure and come down, and that leaves this kind of mark. So even when writing with a pen, people with good handwriting will like make that entry. Or coming over here, they'll make the exit like that. Because what happens is when you finish a stroke with a calligraphy pen, you push down at the end and then lift up, and that leaves a mark. So with a pen, they'll go up like that or something to leave an entry type of mark to make it look that way. So those are ways you can make your kanji look a little bit cooler, a little bit more stylish by doing those kind of marks. But so that's my guess on knowing how fountain pens sort of work myself. So let's see what else she has on as in terms of balance and
そう
stuff.
だね。そう、そのね、インクがどうやって出るかわかんないけど、バランス的にはうまく書けてる誰でも読めるんだけど、さっきのモービットブレッシングと同
Yes,
じ
it was the
で、
Aquarius black.
もうちょっとだけ子供のこの横棒がこうちょっとだけそう短いからこれもうちょっと長く書くともう少しかっこいいかなって思います。で、
Hold on, let me tell you that. So the first thing that she would give advice on is same as morbid blessing is to make your one stroke here a little bit bigger. By the way, thank you so much, morbid blessing. Really appreciate that. Always helpful and very motivating.
あ
Thank you
り
so
が
much.
とうございます。
So yes, make that a little bit longer and
そうファウンテンペンはどのぐらい柔らかく書けるかわからないんですけど、この日本の漢字はすべてが気持ちアップといって、右側が上がってほしいのね。このストロークのスタイル的にどんどんこう横棒を書くときは右側が上がるっていうストロークを作りたいんですけど、
when writing Japanese, most people they put effort into drawing their strokes slightly. We call it kimochi up. We call it that. That's not like the actual official term, but it's angling your strokes a little bit up to the left. So what you've done here, you can see is up to when you go left or right. Yeah, you go up. What you've done here is you've got a perfectly straight line, which is very straight and hard to do, and that's fine. And but what you want to aim for is a little bit going up on your strokes, like sort of angled up. And as she's done here, you angle up. So for example, if you get your entry there, you come out here, and then you sort of go up and to the left before pulling back like that, eh? So instead of having perfectly straight lines, which is kind of like a computer font, what you actually want is see, I've made it too straight there. Angling it up like that. Or like she's done there.
そうだけど、ファウンテンペンがね、それできるかわからないんです
She
けど。
doesn't know if it's possible with a fountain pen, and I know fountain pens might. I think it's possible.
本当？
I think it's possible. Fountain pens are. The feeling of writing with a fountain pen is similar to a very pointy ballpoint pen. And I don't know how fast the ink comes out. It feels better than a ballpoint pen, but I'm pretty sure you can go up like this. It doesn't have to be straight. Fountain pens are used for English script, right? Like writing in cursive a lot. So they can definitely do that. And the one other thing I would say is I would move everything over to the left a little bit, or to the right a little bit, and use those center lines as your center line for the kanji. Everything looks pretty off to the left. So if you're going to use those 4 boxes as like your guides, I'd move everything off to the right. But otherwise, not bad.
はい。そうペンによってね、全然印象が違うから、そうファンテンペンはね、ちょっとわからなくてごめんなさいね。
だけどできると思いますって。ね。 Okay, so that's that. So we are an hour and 15 minutes into this live stream, and we've only done a single kanji. So I think we're gonna have to go a little bit speedier.
はい。そう一番難しいのはそのファイブトルスロスベアがやってる、半紙のレギュラーペンで書くやつは一番難しいと思うんですけど、それはねちょっとねこの筆ペンとかペンとは全然違う世界だから、そうもうそう超難しい。そっちは超難しい。
Five Toes Sloth Bears, what he's doing is the hardest one, she's saying. But YouTube language things in Japanese? Yeah. So games in Japanese can be really great. I think you just said you started last week. That's great. Starting in your first week, you certainly can, but you're probably not going to enjoy it very much. I'll be straight with you there. First week video games in Japanese is going to be pretty much a nightmare. You'll never get past the first screen. You can still try. I'm not trying to discourage you. Just to be realistic, it's way harder than you think. But you'll get there. Just don't get discouraged is the point. It is going to be really, 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 really tough if you do that. So I'm going to go ahead and draw the kanji for rain. Ame. I've never drawn this since we really got started. So what I would have done in the past is I would have made this the same width as this, but I'll just do it the way I've always done it. Are these supposed to be hot-eyed? I don't actually know. I'll hot-eye these two and I'll stop these two because I don't actually know. Okay. Let's see what Yuki's got for us.
いやいい素晴らしい。
It's good?
うん。
Okay.
一箇所ここは止めですね。
止めね。
はい。でここは全部止め
でしたね。はい、OK。
はい。点なので止めです。
Okay. So they're not supposed to be swept out. They're supposed to be stopped, all those strokes. Okay, so that's what I was kind of expecting. I thought the bottom might need to be bigger.
Hi.
Okay. Not too different. I just have to get those tomes. And as I kind of expected, just based on all of the kanji we've done so far, welcome back, Come to Japan, Dan, is that the bottom part is bigger.
ちょっとだけね、この上より。
I've probably gone way too big there. I've made them too close, eh?
そんなことないですね。結構上手に描けてたよ。
Something like that.
Hi.
That's not bad. I could probably have more space between the top part and the bottom part, eh?
そうね。これもちょっとボックス的な考え方なんですけど、いつも私がその意識してるのは、こことここで、ここの部分だけで。このボックスの
using the whole thing.
そうボックスくらい、このボックスの中にこのボックスもう一個入るぐらいの大きさと思って、このなんていうんだっけ、レクタングルじゃなくて正方形のこと、この
She says when she's drawing this, she tries to have in mind as she draws it that she's drawing another little square within the square. So she's got her square, and then rain itself is taking up a full-on square within that square. So that's what she's imagining while she draws ame. Ame.
そうちょっとだけこっちはワイドかな。もうちょっと縦でも良いかなって思います。そうするとね、多分自然にここの広さが広がったりするかな。でもう一つ気をつけてるところはこれも右気持ちアップ こっちも気持ちアップじゃない、
Mm.
でなんとこの点がさ4つ入る変な感じじゃないですか。で見てこの点の位置、
気持ちダウンね。
こっちがそう、点自体はダウンしてんだけどこの書いてる位置が、こっちの右側の点の方が、
Right side is up a little bit.
そう見てこっちの点の方が上にある、こっちの点の方が上にある
I see.
っていう、そこはちょっと気持ちアップ、
Okay.
点自体はダウンしてんだけど、
She's saying that we have the kimochi up on these strokes, but something you might not notice is that there's a kimochi up not on the strokes themselves, but in their placement. So the ones on the left are a little bit lower than the ones on the right. It's like as you're moving your brush, you draw each one, right? You're going up a little bit more.
そうそうそ
To
う
draw the
それ
other
それそれです。
I see. Interesting. Okay.
そう
Let's give it another shot. I've made that way bigger than I wanted to.
いい。
I'm going to do it one more time.
こことここ合わせて、この
スクエアを作ってるね。
スクエアを作ってる。
まあ、it's easier said than done. I can't actually imagine that square as I'm drawing this.
でもいい感じです。
And then a little bit up.
そうですそうです。
Okay.
はい。
まあ
真ん中のストロークがちょっとだけこの右に
Yeah,
曲がっちゃってるんで、
my
あれだったんです
middle
けど
stroke is angled down this
そう
way. You want to go this way
そう
more,
そ
but
れができたら結構これがはっきり分かってかっこよくなると思います。そう
okay.
ちょっとねバランスが難しい感じ。私はこれを半紙レギュラーペンで書くのはすっごい苦手です。
She's really, really bad at drawing this with a regular pen, she
は
said.
い。
Okay, so we're going to jump right into the calligraphy version just to give you guys some time. We do have to keep going because lots of you will be going to sleep soon.
Hi.
So there's already getting a few. We won't spend too long. I'm going to let Yuki write it first.
わかり
I
ま
think
し
that's
た
what we used to do. We used to let her write first, and I'll answer your question as she writes it while I try to watch what she does as well. Here, I'll move over a little bit, Yuki. Actually, no, you can just go over here. You can move it over. I switch over to your camera. Why are some of the hiragana and katakana so similar to each other? Like, depending on the font, D and D are the same, but turn out exactly the same. And they're definitely not. Like, in actual handwriting, they look quite a bit different. But the reason for that is you actually might want to go ahead and watch our hiragana and katakana video. It'll make it quite clear. Is that most of them are based on the exact same kanji. Like they're based on kanji that used to be used for that reading. So they come from the same place, which is why they end up looking the same. But katakana is used for foreign loanwords. Katakana is used for foreign loanwords, and hiragana is used for native, quote, native Japanese words. But handwritten like ka and ka, completely different looking. They're like hiragana is much more rounded and flowy, and katakana is very jagged and computer-like. And why is it that some things sound the same when spoken but are written so differently in romaji? Probably historical reasons. They come from like different, they would have been completely different sounds 100 years ago, but they've evolved to sound pretty much the same. Fuji? Does anyone actually think that that's not umai? She says she's unable to draw it nicely. I don't think anyone here in this stream looking at this is going to believe that that's not an excellent kanji. If it makes you feel better, guys, even when you get really good, you still think you're not. I think that's true in everything, though. The better you get at everything, the more you understand that you're terrible. She's embarrassed. I don't know. That looks great. It's going to be 10,000 times better than whatever I do.
みんなありがとうございます。
I need to learn how to do that stroke better, that drawback with the brush. I'm really, really bad at that. What do you think, guys? Which one's better? So, okay, I need advice from Yuki. So,
はい。
with this brush, I have a really hard time with this stroke. So it's coming from here and then sweeping back out. Like I can't get that. I don't understand what you're doing there. I don't know how I can't figure that out.
ここの
Yeah, can you do it a little bit? I'll move it over to you.
ここってことだよね。 ここ
I can't do that.
この縦棒の
Mm.
払いってことだよね。ここで一回止まって、横に行くの。
Yeah, but when I do that, so I thought that's what you're doing, but let me show you what happens when I do that.
このね、
So
ちょっ
watch.
と今手のアング
That's
ルが
what I
よ
did here, and this is what happens. I don't know. I can't figure out if you're like lifting the brush more.
で
You see what I'm doing?
左に
My brush bristles, they open.
あー、OK。なるほどね。そういう問題がありますよね。あります。わかる。
Okay, so that's what I can't get right. My
こうやって
bristles open.
来たら、これを、
Mm.
なんていうのかな。
Do you
この
you push sideways?
ただこうやってきたら、こうなのよ。
I see.
で、これをうまくできるようになるっていうか、横に押してるんだけど、
No, I see now. No, I see what the problem is.
離してる
In
の。
fact, I just figured out what my problem was all along. I've been pushing down like this, but really I should be pulling like this.
で、横に、そう。だけど、私のさ、その羽のアングル、ちょっと斜め上じゃん。それは、その、なんていうの、横に押してんだけど、上に離してるの。すんごい難しいね、このテクニックって。あんまり考えたことない。そう。いい。そんな感じ。
Okay.
横に行くから、そのブラシのティップは、なんていうの、メッシーにならないんだけど、そんな感じです。
Okay.
だけどストロークはそのまっすぐ来た時はちゃんとこの、こうエントリーからまっすぐ来て、そのままブラシを、すみません。
It's okay. そのままブラシを、
そのままこういう風に来たらブラシは横に向いて、
I see.
こう。
Okay, so really what I've been doing is I've been like pushing the brush down and then pulling. But what I need to be doing is lying the brush down, pulling, and then I just slide the brush while lifting it up to the left. Okay. It's hard as heck, but makes sense.
そう。そんなにね、こんなにはブラシは倒さないんだけど、本当にこういう感じなんだよ。ここでちょっとだけこういう風にマーカーを横にこうして。
Yeah, slide it sideways. Okay, I got it. You guys have a favorite kanji, if that makes sense? Ame is actually my favorite kanji just because I think it's pretty. It is a cool one. My favorite was always mai. I always really liked mai. I can't write it nicely, but...
映ってない。
あ、そっか。So this is one of my favorite kanji, I think.
できる。
I think I figured out the thing. I figured out the
できるよう
thing.
になったんだよ。
Yuki, do you have a favorite kanji?
この前のフェイバリット漢字は何だったっけ？私のフェイバリット漢字は富士だったわ。だけど、富士は書くのが難しいよね。
To write Fuji is very difficult, but it's one of her favorites. I'm gonna mess this one up for sure.
いい感じいい感じ。
I'm not happy with that at all. But it is what it is. I get lost. I need a lot more practice, but
でも思ってるより悪くない。
It's better than the first one. Like this is way better than the first one, so I'm happy with that. Okay, great. So we got that one there.
はい。
Let's go ahead and see what some others have done. Yeah, brushes are tricky birds. I'm gonna get that out.
So,
I can already see from yours that mine is going to be way too wide. Her kanji is beautiful. I think someone just leveled up brush pen. Yes, yes, yes. They're tricky. It's getting late here, so I'm going to bounce. See you later, Tank Girl. I'm guessing you're not here anymore, but thanks for hanging out. That's good. Sideways, I see that much nicer. Andy, you and Yuki should make a show, something like Kanji Therapy, talking with characters.
本当？
That's what we're making right now.
それ私デストロイング漢字っていうシリーズなんですけど知ってる
Working with the brush, I feel like I'm making a friend. I mean, it's all natural bamboo and animal hairs. It's like it has a kami or a personality. Oh, you're getting Japanese there. I never knew watching two people talk about right kanji together be so soothing. Oh, I'm glad to hear that.
はい。
There's a kanji I want to do with brush on hanshi, but it's something I don't want to say on channel. Oh, okay. I keep imagining what it'd be like to play Alien Isolation in Japanese. I think I'd probably do okay since I played some. Perhaps, yeah. And if there's lots of audio, then it's probably helpful. Kono Fuji?
あ、そうです。その富士。
That's the one that Yuki likes. Okay, yeah. Okay. I see what you're saying,
あ、
Grammy.
いいね。
I'll zoom out a little bit here.
はい、
Pop
はい、
over to
はい。
mine. So
いい。
here's Grammy's.
まず
So she's already figured out that maybe it's a little bit too wide on her own.
そうだね。もうワイドなのは多分分かってるよね。
So you've got that part. Yes, it's a bit wide, but you've already figured that out, so that's good.
バランス的には悪くないと思う。
The balance isn't bad.
そうそう、はっきり点も見えるし、この羽と点が重なってないし、結構いいと思います。
So the balance is not bad.
で、点もちょっとだけだけど、右の点の方が上に書いてあるからいい。あと、
Go ahead. So she's saying in your lines inside the rain, the actual raindrops, they are a little bit up on the right, like she had suggested. So that's looking good.
もうちょっとそのワイドじゃなくして、縦のストロークをもう少し太く書いた方がいいかも。
You can draw your vertical strokes a little bit wider, a little bit thicker, so you can push down a little bit harder on the pen.
かな。
Thanks, everyone.
そのぐらいなんだよね。そうすればね、多分エントリーを書こうとしてるんだけど、それが細すぎて、うまくできてないから、太く書けば多分。
So you can definitely draw a little bit thicker in the lines in general, and I think that will make it easier for your entries and exits and stuff to appear a little bit more obvious. So you can just push down a little bit more on the brush.
かな。羽はとてもよくできていていいと思います。
And your hane, your sweep up, that looks very good as well.
はい。
Good. So yeah, a little bit thinner and a little bit thicker on the strokes, a little bit thinner on the bottom part, a little bit thicker on the strokes in general. And that's pretty much it. Otherwise, it'll look pretty good, I think. Okay. We got Alex dropping in some kanji.
上手。アレックス上手。
まあなんかあげなきゃ。
とても上手でエントリーとかは全部うまくできてるのでその部分毎回言っちゃってるので言わないんですけど、
俺も通訳しない。
気持ち的には、この3画目かな、こっち側から来てこっち側のここの縦の長さの方が、この左よりも大きい方が点を書きやすくなる後で。
So making this part bigger than the part on the left, longer, will make it easier to fit in your drops later.
そうなんだよね。
So your drops on the right have gotten a little bit
そう、右側の方をあんまり分かりづらいんだけど、この
いや、分かりやすい。
本当？だってイーブンに書きたい感じじゃないですか、できるだけ。だけどこっちの方がちょっと大きくなる。こっちより。
So this side can be a little bit bigger, wider, a little bit bigger.
無理やり書いたんだけど。
So she drew it bit like more emphasized than she would actually do in reality to make it clear what she's saying. But making this side a little bit bigger, a little wider is what you're saying. And this a little bit longer.
の方が いいかな、これがここまで来たら、ここまで来て跳ねれたら、
So if this came to here and swept up,
この点ももうちょっとだけ下に来てよかったか
then you
な。
could bring this line a little bit further down. Because you can see these have been scrunched up while these
そうだ
have
ね。
a lot of space. So really you want this to be down here as well, but just a little bit up from this guy. So you need more space.
か
But
な。
obviously it's very, very good regardless. All right.
はい。5ドルスロスベア。いや、いい。半紙でこれ書ける。いいよ。
It's very good,
結
she
構
said.
いい。私ね、このさ、レギュラーペンでこういうはっきりしたストローク書くのって結構難しいと思うんですよ。だからまずストロークの太さが良い、はっきりしているし。
So the thickness of your strokes and stuff, very, very good. And it's very, very good for this kind of, the medium you're using.
はい。また半紙のみの話になってしまうん
So
で
this
す
will
けど。
become, now what she's going to be talking about is just for people who are using hanshi,
そう半紙を半
which is
紙
the
を
type of
ね
paper that
そ
he's
う
using.
使い慣れてないと難しいの、本当にバランスの取り方。このね、私がいつも使ってるのはその半紙の下敷き、フェルトの下敷きがあるんですけど、
はい
それがボックス書いてあったりサポート線があるやつ
Mm.
があればそれを使った方がよくて、それがないとやっぱりフォールディングして、そのサポートの線が見えないと、このねどうしても縦線が斜めになるの、そうがはっきりしやすくなったりしちゃうのね。
So she's saying, so we mentioned earlier on the last one that doing the folding trick is helpful. What she does is not the folding trick. What she does is she has a piece of felt that she puts below the paper when she writes that has supporting lines in it. So since hanshi, this type of paper, is sort of see-through, you can see the lines as you're writing a little bit.
そう。
ね? So having that is very, very important for these kind of brushes in particular, because it's very easy to end up drawing them a little bit, you know, a little bit like this, like you've done here. And having those supporting lines can help you do the straight lines much, much easier. So if you don't have something like that, she highly recommends doing the fold trick. And if you do have something like that, make sure you're using it when you do these and try to follow the lines and make it centered when you're on those lines when you're doing it. And that'll help a lot.
あとこういうところはすごいよくできてる。
This is
この
really good.
羽も結構横にできてるから、
This is really good.
多分レギュラーペンの時は、レギュラーペンの羽ができてるからいいでしょ。でここも止めがはっきり分かって
Very
良い
good.
と
It's
思う。
obvious you got the tome here and here. Looking good.
もう気持ちで言うとね、レギュラーペンだと、このね点の止めっていうのはすごい難しいんですよ。点をちょっと書いて、点の時もね小さいんだけど、ここでくるっていうかなんていうのかな、ここで一回置き直すのまた。そうする
She
と
says
ここ
one more time she presses down on the
So-
end of the dots to make it a little bit more
か
obvious that she's
ここ
exiting.
でこのちょっとアングルを変えて、筆のアングルを変えて、こういう風にお尻が丸くできるように、点のお尻が丸くできるように筆をなんていうの、ちょっとだけね、左にずらすか、それがねちょっと難しいテクニックなんですけど。
Very difficult, but
So-
something you can do. Okay, more blessing.
はい。モアビットブレッシング結構いいです。これね多分
This is a very
そう
clear
そう
tome
そう
here. That's really, really good.
そうでもちっちゃい
I'm
と
gonna
ね
guess.
できるんだ
Let
よ。
me guess. Same as Alex. You can make this a little bit bigger and a little bit more. Give yourself a little more
そうだね。
space to make space for your dots.
そうですね。あとバランスはいい。すごい
Your
綺
balance
麗
is
に
good.
かけてる。ちょっと残念だったのが、全体的にこのなんていうの、全体的に斜めになってるかな。これがもう少し。
So I know why this happens, at least for me. And this is what happens for me is, and tell me if this is what happens for you, more blessing. I'm always trying to think about going kimochi up, right? On these strokes. So everything goes kimochi up, which means, and these kind of come in a little bit, and this goes sort of kimochi up, right? So you're already getting angled up to the right. So what happens is you have a tendency to keep that going, right? And your
そうだ。
angle follows. You start here, and because we're so used to drawing like a T like this, we feel like we have to follow the line. I feel like, at least as an English writer, I feel like I have to follow the line, right? So if I go up like that, I'm drawing sideways, right? So I have a tendency to want to bring my line down instead of going straight, which goes against the grain of what we've just written. Now, I've gone back to the left here. I've exaggerated it even more. But just something to like think about when you're writing these is that, yeah, I'm going kimochi up, but even though I went kimochi up, I need to go straight down on my vertical lines, right? So very hard to internalize. And then on your stroke over here, pulling back in is a really nice way to help sort of balance that out. Instead of going straight down, pulling back in a little bit, I think helps make it look good. But overall,
そうとってもいいね
it looks very good. Your entries, your stops, very very clear. This drop in particular looks perfect.
ね、そうこの点の感じもいい
This
し
one really really good. Yeah.
そうで最初に言ったんですけどそのアレックスとの時と同じように、この右が両方気持ちアップなんだけど、こっちはもうちょっと大きめに書いた方が、こっちをね大きく少し
Make that a
ね
little
少しで
bit. Give yourself a little more space in there. Yeah. And I think also making this a straight will also help give you more space in there. Yeah.
かなっていう。
ありがとうございます。Thank you so much, More Blessing, and thank you so much, Five Toes Sloth Bear as well. I really appreciate that.
ちょっと私も久しぶりに今度書いてみた方がいいね。半紙で。
そうだね。
そう。
Well, wait, I mean, we already have the videos of you writing.
まあね。
We have all of them. Wishful thinking is asking about the course. The main part of the course, the base course, is a Genki base, but we you don't actually need the book for most of what we've got on the site. We follow their order, obviously, but we also have our own stuff that is completely un-Genki related, and we've been moving away from Genki over the years with the website. So there's tons of material that sort of uses the order that Genki uses for their grammar as a base, but it's not actually the book. Like, we're not actually just doing the book. We use their order of grammar as our base for teaching Japanese on the course. So if that answers your question. Hope it helps. Morbid Blessing and Five Toes Sloth Bear. Thanks so much. This is T Sutter.
さっきのファウンテンペンだね。
You got the kimochi up there a little bit on your first stroke. That looks really good. I like your exits there.
そして入りと止めもできていていいです。いい。まずかけている。素晴らしい。いい感じ。
Exit, excellent. Kimochi up, really good. Perfectly straight line. You've put it in the box here, which is good.
いいです。それ。ここの気持ちアップは OK だったじゃん。ここのさ、こっちもね、気持ちアップなのよ。
You want this to be 気持ち up as well.
ここも気持ちアップしてからのここが下がるっていうストロークですね。この3画目なんだけど、ちょっと難しいよね、ここが。難しいかな
No. You just have to know about it. So you want to make sure you go up a little bit with this one too. You kind of follow the 気持ち up of your first stroke. So you sort of follow that up as well, and then pull this back a little bit. You pull it back in a little bit and up.
多分ここだけ直せば、今さここの右側の点々がこっちもちょっとくっついちゃってるんだけど、ここがもうちょっとこの辺まで切ってたら、そうここがスペースができて、
うまく点ができると思います。You'll have more space for your dots in here. That will make it look a lot better. But already great improvement on this one. Looking good.
まずやっぱりこのサポート線ボックスがあるっていうのは非常にその練習の時はね大事で
Having support lines is very, very helpful.
やっぱりさその真っ白なところはどこが縦か、どこがそのホリゾンタルとバーティコがうまくこの綺麗に描けるかがさ難しい分かりづらいよねと思います。
It's hard if you don't have the guiding lines to know exactly where to write things.
私たちはこのホワイトボードはこの枠がねついてるから結構その上と下横が分かりやすいんだけど
We have our lines here, so it makes it a little bit easier to showing us where to start and stuff, so that helps. But okay,
だね。
so Moving on to our next word, let's take a look at the skit. この字は何?
雨だよ。
え?雨?じゃあ明日は中止だね。
なんで?
明日は雨だ。
よかった。山に登りたくなかった。
山に登らなくてもいいよ。
そうなの?富士山に行くと思っていた。
うん、グループの半分。Okay, so we got two different kanji we're going to be covering. Well, three, I guess, actually, but two main ones.
はい。
And those are going to be chushi, which is to stop something in the middle or to cancel an event. We've got yama, which is mountain. Fuji-san, which is also, it's Fuji Mountain. So san is a reading of mountain when it's used in mountain names very, very often. So Fuji-san, they're not being honorable to Fuji, Mr. Fuji. It's not Mr. Fuji the mountain. It's Fuji Mountain. And that's what that san means. So those are the three words we're going to go over next. So we'll go ahead and jump into chushi. Chushi is two different kanji. I believe we've covered chu, naka many times. So the new kanji here is stop. The kanji for stop. So we've got naka. We've done this one before, eh?
そう、今日はね、止めるの方がメインの感じです。
So I can't remember if this is stop or swipe out. Eh? Don't do what I just did. That's fine. Okay, so then chushi is the new one. Do.
うまいよ。
Yeah, I'm pretty good with the marker.
すごいいい。
I'm not gonna lie.
上手。
My marker is okay.
素晴らしい。
I'm just gonna write in marker from now. I'm not gonna use anything
ここ
else.
だけ
This
ね
was not so
惜し
good.
かっ
Yeah,
た
that
ね
wasn't
これ
great.
が。
Also, I could have moved this over a little bit. But anyway, the main kanji for this
はい。
part that we're gonna be practicing. So you can of course write the whole word, but we've already done inside many times. So the main kanji for this word is stop.
そう。
Chushi.
そうですね。じゃあ C だけ書いた方がいいかな。あ、ついちゃう。やばい。このままだと。あ、
Iyo.
すいません。
I'll delete my beautiful
そ
kanji.
うだよね。ごめん。
Yeah.
はい。
Okay.
My beautiful 漢字を置いといてきました。リプレイス
This is pretty much identical to a kanji we have already done, which is just up.
そう。
It's just got that extra line. And this is actually, so I wanted to bring this up because this was very important for me, is this is a trick for how to write it nicely. Because what I always did is for many years when I wrote stop and I could never figure out why it looked stupid. So why does this kanji look so dumb? My lines are not straight. Okay, so this is what I always did. Now, how many of you have done that? But that is not what you do. You got your box, you got your and you draw the first stroke right in the middle. Dead in the middle. So you're just drawing up. You're drawing the kanji up with an extra line before its base.
Hi.
So that is the main thing I'm going to say will be helpful as you go ahead and do these. Let's see what Yuki draws with her marker.
どうしてそのボックスさ、下に書いちゃったの？
何？下に？
どうして右側に書いてたの？
Because it feels like the reason she asked me why I did it that way. It feels like looking at this kanji without a box, like if you don't have a box from the beginning and you just see this kanji like written on a computer or something. This is what I feel like it's written as, right? I'll show you why. So I'll just draw this. I actually did what I always did just now. So it feels like when you look at the computer font in particular that the center of the kanji is here. That's what it feels like to me because these two parts are on top.
あー、なるほど。
And right?
なるほど。
I'm looking at the two parts on top, and it feels like the center of those two
はいはい。
parts is here, and I'm not thinking too much about the bottom, so I always ended up drawing them off-centered. If we go ahead and look at I'll drop this in chat. If we go ahead and look at the the font, Tomade. Can I get the kanji to pop up? Yeah, okay. So I'm just going to do the whole word. So if we go ahead and look at that, it's not really hard. It's not really easy to tell that, like, it actually isn't in the font in the middle. Like the vertical stroke in the font is a little bit off to the right. So for most of us, the left side is clearly far off to the left. But if you've just looked at font, which a lot of you often do, and is probably not a great idea, not just to look at font. Like looking at font and printed kanji is probably not the best way to learn the right kanji. You want to look at like diagrams of how to correctly write them, things like that, people's actual handwriting. I always went from that. So it always felt like, okay, this is over on the right, this is over on the left of the box. And then I'd always be like, but it doesn't look right. I'm like, what is wrong with that? That's not correct. So anyway, that line should be in the middle. ね。
はあ、なるほどね。
はい。
アレックス、ありがとうございます。
すいません、ありがとうございます。Best onomatopoeia チチチチチチチ。ありがとうございます、アレックス。
他に使えるところがあるといいんですけど、そのオノマトピア。チチチチチ。ありがとうございます。じゃあ中止書いていきます。
I had some questions. Why is learning Japanese so hard? Got any tips for learning Japanese? I'm at M4 right now, I think. Oh, hold on. 見れてない。
あ。
はい。Yeah, it has to be because computers, I don't know. That's just how it is. Make Japanese friends. ごめんね。
すいません。
Move over here.
言い訳したくないですけど。
もう一回やればいいよ。
本当？
うん。
書いてくね。
So, if you're already around N4, I would highly recommend starting to listen and read while listening as much as you can. Graded reading material is a great way. There's lots of graded reading material out there nowadays. There's the free Tadoku graded readers, things like that. On the Tadoku website. Our website has a ton of graded reading material, like literally a ton of it now. Getting reading and listening practice, lots of it from here on out is going to be really important. When you get to N3, like after N3, that's pretty much all you should be doing, to be honest.
なんとこの
Thank you, Jared.
縦棒はちょっと斜めになってしまいました。
She's not happy with this, but I can see why. She got a little bit off to the left there.
はい。
This is the one she wanted, eh?
はい。
But still, looks good, obviously. Obviously, it looks good. Let's see what I can do.
このチチチサポーターがあってもなぜか縦棒うまく書けない悲しいです。
Okay.
このチチチサポーターがあるじゃないですか、ここにボックスって、なのにそれがあってもなんかこのまっすぐ縦に線を引くっていうのがすごく難しいなって思います。
That's why Japanese is hard. If you're just spamming vocab, it's going to be hard. You don't get to see it. Like, learning words through SRS is good up to a point and almost a requirement in the beginning, I feel like. But after you've learned like a couple hundred words, and even when you're only learning, even for your first 100 words, if you don't have like examples and you're not seeing it in multiple different situations, you have no connection to the language. You've just got a bunch of like, it's like memorizing random numbers. Like if I memorize the number 842, I can memorize that, but it has no meaning unless but then you learn it like within the context of some algorithm or something and it starts to be meaningful to you. So if you're just learning words in isolation over and over again, not only will you have no connection to the language other than random numbers, you'll be just bored out of your mind. So definitely marry a Japanese person. That helps.
でも、
But,
もしさ、ジャパニーズパーソンがさ、ね、if they speak very
if
good
they speak English, yeah. good luck.
ね
But Yuki spoke very good English, but I already spoke Japanese. So that helped helped me, not so much Yuki.
ね
Not
Doesn't
fall
help
into
me.
the trap, not fall into the trap of not actually needing to learn Japanese because now their Japanese wife just does everything for them. Not to disparage people like that. It's a lot of work just living. So if someone can take out the difficulty of learning a language for you, that was bad.
まず
I'm talking.
そう、それが問題ですね。
I've gone way up there. Yuki, I can feel her wanting to say things from next to me. I just feel it.
いや、
My
way,
stop was okay.
way up は accepted ですね。
Acceptable? Okay,
そう。
Mine does when she's yelling at me.
あれ
I feel like we did a podcast on that. We have a podcast channel. We don't do anything on it anymore, but we used to do podcasts all in Japanese, and there were like transcripts available for that. And I think we did that story. We at least did lots of stories of things we've done throughout our relationship. Yeah, that was fun. Didn't do very well. That's a little better. Way up.
いいですよ。
That's fat.
いい。
It's okay. Not bad.
Very good.
It's okay.
way up も全然 OK。way up はね、もう日本語漢字は大好物のやつですね。
That's the favorite thing for Japanese kanji, going way up like that.
そう。
Hold on. There's some interesting comments.
なんだその
That's what I like about the 5K deck
Lee
words.
is
Designs and
another
organizing.
one ってなんだ
I don't know. Kanji that looks hiragana that looks different in real life than it does in font.
あ、そう
Mine
そう
does when
Come
she's
to
yelling,
Japan
read
さん
something you're interested in. It will help you. Yeah, definitely. Andy's doing well with the pressure, hearing even Yuki's thoughts.
へ
言語交換したら日本人に会えます。Yeah, that helps. Doing language exchange. I'm really enjoying Yotsubato as a parent, and the Japanese is simple, and the images help with understanding. Yeah. Up the Chiefs, Tsu says, I feel like when I try and read or watch Japanese things, I don't understand. Yeah, you won't. You won't. That's just how it is. Like, that's just how it is. You don't, like, go back and I highly recommend, obviously this is up to you, but if you haven't, check out my immersion challenges. This was just like 4 years ago or something. I did challenges where I played video games in Japanese all day long. I read manga all day long for a month. And most people don't have time to do something like that. So like, that's not necessarily what I'm suggesting you have to do. But the point is even then, after I'd been studying Japanese for like 9 years, I was still having to look up thousands of words. Nowadays, I have to look up way less words because I did all that. But in the beginning, it's hard. In different mediums, there's going to be new words. And like in a manga, you're going to see way different words than you'll see in The Lord of the Rings in Japanese, which you can see behind Yuki there, my favorite book. I have tons of versions of it in both English and in Japanese. Recent purchases. But the point is the vocabulary in The Lord of the Rings in Japanese and the vocabulary in Golden Sun up there for Game Boy Advance and the vocabulary in One Piece are all very different.
そうだね
And if you're spamming vocabulary from an N4 deck, there's like, those words will probably show up, but you're not going to get the vocabulary that's in One Piece or in Lord of the Rings. Like, I still run into new words in Lord of the Rings because it's an old book. So there's lots of very flowery language. So like, it's always hard. It's always going to be hard. Try to pick stuff that's easier though. Like, that's one thing. Don't just pick something really, really hard like The Lord of the Rings to start with. That was hard for me a couple of years ago. It's much, much easier now. So try to find some things that are much, much easier, like graded reading material, and then look up the stuff you don't know while you're going. If you look up words that you don't know, and if you run into the same word 7 to 10 times and have to look it up 7 to 10 times, like in natural reading, it will stick. That seems to be the data. And it'll stick better than just using FRS alone. And if you like one of the words, put it in an Anki deck, and that'll make it more fun from the context you got it with. My Shoto sensei tries to watch without me knowing she's watching, and I see her out of the corner of my eye, and it's almost worse. Why did you stop in the middle? Why did I stop in the middle? I don't know. My first reading project was playing Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. I had to look up some 400 words, but I kept wanting to do it. Yeah, that's a good idea. Maybe I should read geology stuff in Japanese. I did my French term paper in geology, and it was fun. I had a geology major for... Yeah, doing things you're interested in the new language really, really helps. Also, I think about your goals. If your goals is games, then learn game vocab and focus on that. Yeah. Anytime Babadel section. If you want to talk to people in real life, watch or read a lot more Slice of Life. Yeah. What Alex said. The next kanji is mountain.
あ、もう好きみたいよね。
何？見た。そう。
その Five told Throsberg が My shadow sensei tried to watch without me knowing she's watching ってやつね。緊張しちゃって書けなくなっちゃうんだよね。
My line is through.
いや、いいですよ。いい。
まあ。
思ってるより全然悪くないです。
But I think Yuki's gonna write it like this. Hold on.
はい。
That's how I think Yuki's gonna write it. Something like that.
Hi.
We'll see. Let's see.
うん。
Fonty, maybe closer to what Yuki writes it like. We have really gone this far without doing Yamaya. In fact, mountain is not an N5 kanji. It's a kanken level 10 kanji. So that's an interesting thing to keep in mind.
ちょっと私
I think.
2フラットだったかな。私このさ、ね、この角は一角なんですよ。話してた
You go out ね。
そう、ちょっとだけこうで、
out ね。
これがちょっとだけ気持ちアップがいいなって思ってるんですけど。でなんとまさかのこれはちょっとだけこういう風になんかちょっとこうスライディングインがいいなと思っております。で、
Mountain is an N5 kanji. Okay, interesting.
いいですね。
はい。
で、これがまさかのその反対なんていうのアップサイダウンなんだけど今雨と同じようにやったこっち側がねちょっとだけスペーシーがいいの。ちょっとだけこっち側が大きくしたいの。ちょっとだけね。
So Yuki's saying that just like with rain, the kanji for rain, making the right side a little bit wider than the left side is more pleasing to the eye.
そう、すごい細かいところなんだけど。
Oh, why did you erase it?
ごめん。
Oh, I needed that.
マジで本当ごめん。
I'm just kidding, it's fine.
ちょっとだけね。
I've made this way too.
いいよ。いいです。
まあ、except for this.
まあ、シンメトリーっぽくなんかシンメトリーっぽいんだけど若干ね、こっち側が
just a little bit more. This is opened up on the right.
でもこれでも十分。
It looks like a trident. It does.
いい。アンディ上手。私
ありがとうございます。
山上手じゃないんですよね。こういう感じなんだよね。なんかちょっとだけこっちが大きくなる。
Nice.
がいいかな。
Something you can do. Who is it? Oh, okay. Never mind. Are you skipping our writings? Oh, right. Your writings for
そうだ。
we forgot to do rain. Did we not do? We didn't do Chushi?
うん
Okay.
まだやってない。
We will do Chushi and Mountain together for all your guys. Yeah, sorry. No, I just forgot.
そうだったわ。
My line is through also.
でも本当そうジャラドさんが言ってるんですけど、日本語に囲まれていると少しずつ上手になると思います。
Yeah, yeah. You also might find out that you're really not into Japanese media or Japanese stuff in general. Some people find that out and they're like, well, you know what? I'm not into this. And that's fine too. That's an important thing to find out before you spend like years on it. You know what? I don't like any Japanese media. I actually reached that point at one point. I thought I didn't like any Japanese media and I stopped reading and I stopped studying for like 2 years, 3 years, 2 years. But then I did. はい、何ですか？
私最初じゃなくていい？
あ、そうだね。はい、お願いします。Yuki's gonna go first. Here, let's push it over to you. You just push it over to you.
すいません。
That is true, Aquarius Black.どうした？
なんとなく今バランス的に思ったんだけど、
もうちょっと右。
ここを出しても
エグゼット。
よかったかも。ここがそうしても左側にこうやってきたら、ここをちょっとだけね。
It's okay if it comes out a little bit. Yeah, that looks good.
出した方が良かったかも。
Okay.
で、富士山もやった方がいい。アンディが
Fujisan is exactly the same. It's the same kanji. I'll write it there. So Fujisan, Yama is just the word mountain, and Fujisan is the name of Fujisan. Fujisan.
縦棒ってうまく書けない。難しい。
わかる。
縦棒難しい。
I always get... That's good. That's not good.
なるほど。
なるほどって。
アンディはこの2画目がちょっと難しいかもしれないね。ここ1回こうやってきたら、ここでもう1回筆を置き直してからこうですね。縦棒だと思った方がいい。これも全く同じ縦棒だと思った方がいい。一回入りがあって、こう縦があって、ここで一回入り直してから。
Okay, so not like with the marker. It's more of a straight up and down. Okay. I really need this to be over here more. I'm going to come to the center. I'm sorry.
大丈夫です。
なんで？
でもいい。そんな感じ。合ってる。結構いい。でも見て見て、この最初の
Yeah, it's better than the first one. I know.
これはなんか L って感じでだったけど、これは棒があって横があるって感じ。
I think I'm going too long on my first tatebo. Maybe right to here. And start here.
いいよ。
Straight down.
いいよ。いい。
Then up here. Yeah, that's better.
いい、上手。
Okay, okay.
いい感じ。
So I had to go shorter on my middle line. Go straight instead of trying to pull it in like I did with the marker. Raise without taking the brush off. Just change directions. Pull down. Okay, that was better.
そう、そこですね。そこね、もしかしたらみんなも。
That might be a place that everyone has a tough time with. Don't make your tatebo too long in the beginning, because that'll see. That's what I did here. I made my original line too long, which gave me not enough space to really work with for my bottom. Is what I felt like. That's what it felt like. Okay, let's see what everyone's got for us for Chushi and Yama and Fujisan as well. Sorry about that. Thank you for reminding me, Grammy. That would have been silly. All right, there's Montana Margot's Yama.
まず中止からやっていきたいと思います。
So we're going to be focusing on, we've already done Naka a bunch, so we're going to focus on stop. And I think I can see here that you've got exactly what I was talking about.
そうだね。
You've done exactly what I felt like, and this is what I did for until like last week when I saw the live stream, honestly, or the premiere. And you've put your tatebo over to the right, and you've made the center of the kanji sort of over to the left. So, we'll obviously let Yuki mention anything she has to say, but I think the only thing you actually have to do is just start in the middle, and then you'll be fine. Like if this was just over to the left, there's nothing really to say. You've got your entries good. I suppose you could make your strokes a little bit fatter if you wanted to, so that the entries are a little bit more obvious. But otherwise, you've got your entry there. Let's see if Yuki has anything.
いい。全く同じことになるんですけど、このさ、意外にここのさ、中止のこの線が、ちょっと斜めってんですけど、このまっすぐかけてる風になってるじゃない、これ。はい、だからバランス的にはこれをもうちょっと内側にするだけで、多分もう。
She has a good point. She has a good point. And she says you've basically got your center here. So you do have that in the center. But so what actually you could do is move this over to the left a little bit and make your this line start a little bit like more over here. So if this line starts here and this is over really close next to here and you extend this out so that it's balanced here, it's all fine. So you maybe you did start where you were supposed to. You just like I did, felt like you needed to go further out to the left for this part.
かな。でもそのぐらいで結構綺麗に描けてるのでとってもいいね。
But in general, it looks very, very good. Kanji's wild in general.
いいよ。このちょっとね、このバランスはとってもいいんですけど、ストロークの太さがどうしても縦線が細くなりすぎて、横だけが太く見えちゃう。だからできるだけ同じぐらいの太さで簡単な感じは
Balance is great. What she mentioned is what she notices you've got your sort of thin strokes, which makes this look really fat. And then these are thin. So you want to try and keep everything about the same. So if you're going to do thin strokes, you want them all to be thin. If you're going to do thin strokes, you want them all to be thin. But then you need to sort of rebalance it a little bit. But if you go fat with everything, well, I mean, obviously I'm curving there, but fat with everything, then it all comes out in the wash. So yeah, just making sure you try to keep your strokes about similar lengths, widths. It'd be good, but the balance is very good.
でもここの入り、ここのアンディがさっき筆ペンで書いた時、ブラシペンで書いた時できてなかったところは全然いい感じ。この縦棒があって横線があるって感じになってるから。
You've got your entry and your straight line that switches into the transition well, so it's well balanced. Let's see what else everyone else has for us. I was reading the Genki textbook earlier and discovered that the kanji ao is often paired with other kanji to be clear or clean, and then I googled it and it just went down a rabbit hole. Yeah, and that's not kanji. Like, how should I put this? What you've discovered is words. Words usually contain, like this one, more than one kanji. So, and of course, most of the kanji also have a meaning. Also have a meaning, which is where it gets like, this is middle stop. So stop in the middle, which is what this means. Stop in the middle, cancel an event, stop in the middle of doing something, etc., etc. So kanji is very helpful. It can give you the meaning of the word without even knowing how to read or write it.
これアレックスだよね。
This is, I actually have no idea. It is indeed Alex.
いい、上手。
Very good, 上手。
さっき言ったここ中止のこの真ん中の縦棒の線すごく綺麗に描けているので、いいと思います。このぐらいかな。この筆の太さが多分一番もうマックスだよね。
This is probably the thickest you can make this pen.
多分。もうね、エントリーとかもね結構うまく描けてるからね、言うことないんですよ。まあ気になるとしたらこのさ。So
the only thing she has to say really is maybe this. You see how this is like you've got the little bit of shadow here, is to make sure to like wipe out your pen before you do do the strokes. If I were to give anything, and this is maybe I'm wrong here, but you'll notice you've come way out to the left because even though you've started right in the middle, I have a feeling, just like me, you feel like this is the center. So you feel like you need to balance it out with this being the center. See this line here? So like, this is not in the center of your bottom line. This is the center of your bottom line right here. So even though you've got the center, like you started correct right there, and I still have this feeling, I know. It feels like you need to come out further to the left, I'm assuming. Because you feel like you need more space here and stuff like that. So basically, start here with your line.
ここまで書いても。
Or write this longer, yeah. That would also work.
こことここ。
Writing longer would be fine.
ここをイーブンにすればどっちでもいいんだから。
The reason I suggest starting shorter here is because then it would balance out with your top kanji more. Like, because of the way you've written it, it looks like you've come way out to the left on the bottom kanji. See what I'm saying? So either way, but if you were just writing this kanji on its own, the way you could make it balance out a little more is make this a little bit longer. Yeah. No?
そう。いいと思います。私だったらここをただ長く書くだけ。
If it was Yuki, she would just make this longer.
そう。だって中は必ずボックスぴったりにこの口を書いてないから、中がちょっと縦長になっちゃうのは普通かな。
T setter, you're using the box as well.
はい。
Nice.
いいですね。
Once again, we've already covered naka, so we're not going to really spend any time on that. You can go back to our other live streams with that kanji. You've got the middle really well there. Yeah.
なるほど。いいですね。今そのアレックスに言った内容のことと似てることが起きてるっていうか、その中はさボックスの中に、この四角いさボックスの中に書いてくれてるじゃん。この中止の詩はボックスのアウトラインを使って書いてるじゃないですか。そうするとボックスの中じゃなくてボックスの周りになっちゃうから。
Right. This might be my fault for mentioning to use the box without mentioning that. So very important part.
でもバランス的にはねすごくいいんだけど、それだと中と死の大きさが全く違くなってしまう。
そうだね。
まあ小さいから分かりにくいんだけどね。
So your balance is very good in the kanji, but because of what's happening here, this ends up looking much bigger than naka. And the reason for that is you don't actually want to use the outside of the lines. She was just saying as your guide. You don't want to start on the line at top. Or you want your kanji and end like on the lines. You want your kanji to be within the box. So you basically want it to be thinking, like she mentioned this earlier actually, like there's a box in the box.
So
and you want to fill that box. So you want like in your imagination, you want like a second box here. And you want to fill that box. So you go. And it's okay if you go a little bit outside of it. But if you do that, then you erase all that. It ends up being much more closely balanced to your naka over here, right?
そうですね。
So you don't want to fill your box. You want to have a box within the box.
はい。
That's the main
いい
thing.
です。そこがメインシングだね。
That's the main point.
そう中はそれができてる。今ボックスの中に書いてあるんだよね。中は。
Yeah, this kanji is written within the box, so it looks quite good. Although you can tell that you've started at the top and ended at the bottom, so you could scrunch that down a little bit more, but you're still within the box. So this one is sort of using the outlines of the box as your guide, but like you want to be in the box, right? And then you use the lines in the middle are really your real guides, right? The lines in the middle are showing you where to draw your vertical lines and your horizontal lines and stuff, and then trying to stay within the box is the way to go. All right, we got Alex's mountain.
はい。いや上手。いや本当に上手なんだよね。
毎回言ってるから。
特にね。
違うアドバイスお願いします。もうわかるよ。
合わせるところがない。合わせるところがない。 そうね。
That's very good though. There's not really much to say.
まあ私ここちょっと突き出ると言ったんですけど、本当に
It's
ち
a
ょっとな
little
んだよ
bit,
ね。
it's come out a little bit too much there, yeah?
そう。まあ、
Just a
この
tiny bit.
このぐらいだったらよかったかも。っていうのも、このさ、ここのストロークは
It's because you've gone
超
up.
エクストリームに言うと、こういう風にアップしていくんですけど、そうするとさ、このボトムラインがこのイーブンにしたいのに、こっちがさ上に上に浮いてっちゃうから、そうだからちょっとだけここをチッて出した方がこことイーブンに見えるっていう。
So basically you want to line up here.
そう。
Which means that the way you've drawn it, you really only want your line to come out to where my pen ends here. So what you've got here now is this. So you would have needed to start this stroke and go kimochi up like that to make that work. So that's why she was having it pop out a little bit, is to balance this kimochi up out. That's it though. That's really all.
そこぐらいかな。もうそれ以外はね結構うまく書いてあるから。
Come on, Phil. You can do it. Practice, practice. Phil said, you homies maybe want to try and practice again. We'll go with these ones. Keeping my line widths. We'll start with Chushi.
はい。いや、こちらもいいですね。
You got your
あ、
balance
これ
right
モ
here.
ービルブレッシングだよ
It
ね
is。indeed.
あ、ちょっと言うとアンディと同じ間違いがあるので、その中の方なんですけど、中の方なんですけど。
Okay. So even though we said we're not going to talk about Chu, she's going to talk about Chu.
すいません。この中のこの最後の縦棒は、
you stopped. Yeah.
そう、ここが払いの方がいいです。ここがスイープ
This is
ね。
harai ne.
の方がいい。
That's pretty much it on that one.
でも、
There's nothing to say on this, I
もう
don't think.
本当止めるはうまくバランスいいと思い
A
ま
nice
す。
straight line.
そうそう、ここ
You've
が
clearly
ね、
made this the center.
ここうまくこうセンターに来てるからとってもいいし、
Nothing to say on that, really.
まあすごく気持ちで言う
So
と、
she's going to be...
中は結構ここがね気持ちアップしたんですよ。だからこっちも気持ちアップ、ここも気持ちアップできたらよかった。
なるほどね。
もうちょっとね、
You
もう
could
オビアスアップでも OK です。
if you wanted to make it look a little bit even cooler and sort of match it with the amount of kimochi up you've done on your naka part, you can make this even a little more kimochi up if you wanted to. And that would make it look more like it's part of the same thing. But if this were just on its own,
そう結構上手。
without this, excellent job.
いい感じだよね。
Your almost also very good.
ね。
You've got your entry down now. All of a
山
sudden,
も
all of a sudden your entry is like
そう、
really,
素
really
晴ら
good.
しい。エントリーの形とってもいいですね。
And I guess mentioning like we could just say, if you wanted to, like what we were just saying with Alex.
そうだ
So you
ね
could。come out a little bit more
今度はこ
and
っち
also
だけを
come in just a little bit and then come out a little bit to sort of balance those out on the bottom.
これと同じエントリーをこことここにもつけられたら非常に良かっ
So
た
if you
ね。
can get this here and here as well,
うん。
you're done.
も
You've won. You've won kanji.
はい。
Excellent job. Hi.
あ、いい。
Five just off there. Really, really good.
いい
Yeah, that's it.
いい
You've
いい
got
感
it.
いいめっちゃいい。これだ。これついに
That's it. You've got the lines there,
素晴
man.
らしい。いい。まず縦棒中のこの線も、ここの縦ラインももうまっすぐになって素晴らしい。もう私がいつも練習してるやつ。
Thank you so much, Mario Boss.
あ
I'm
りが
I'm
とう
glad
ご
to hear
ざい
that it's
ます。
helpful.
あ
One
りがとう
kanji.
ございます。
And
いい
You
と
got
ってもいい。もうこれを目指してる形だからね。
this is exactly what you're going for.
はい。でこれをさこのフォールディングすると、まあこれ今回は2文字なんですけど、1文字だったらねこの辺だけに書いて、2文字だとこれ1杯これ1杯っていう感じで、バランスを見ていくんだけどね、まず大きさも結構いい感じでいいです。で半紙で言うとまた半紙の話になっちゃうんですけど、この止める自体は結構バランスよくかけてるので、とっ
You've
て
got the
も
balance
いい。
very good. She's gonna talk about Hanshi again.
そう。
But
半紙だと
as you could tell from her, even if you couldn't understand her, what you've done here is exactly what you're going for. She's saying if it's a single kanji, you obviously make this the center, but with two, this is exactly what you do. You fill up each part's top and bottom. So you've got that down. And now she's going to, and she said you've got the balance on this one down really, really well. Now she's got something to add about this type of paper.
はい。で、半紙だとちょっとね、このボックスの上側に書くっていうのがあるんですよ。意味わかる？このね、ボトム、なんていうの？これ半分に折ってるから、ここに1個漢字書いて、ここに1個漢字書くじゃん。そうすると、この半紙のちょっと上側、ここは残すみたいな気持ちね。
So she's saying you want to leave more room down here. So you want to move when you write this way using two different papers. You start your kanji here up higher and you fill up the top of it.
そう。もうちょっとね、上から紙を使っても全然 OK なのね。
So you can use from up higher. Although it doesn't look like you have a whole lot of space. But you would still start up higher.
そう、いつもね、半紙で書くとき結構いっぱいいっぱいになっちゃうから、ここのね、本当にこの文鎮って言うんですけど、この重りのこと。文鎮よりちょっとだけ下からスタートするって感じ。
So you basically start right at the top of where you have your little thing that holds down the paper. You basically start right at that and come down.
にトップがあるって思って紙を使うと結構いいです。そうするとね、この中超うまく書けてるんだよ、この中。だけど、そうするとこの中口がもうちょっとだけ上に来て、こっちが長くなる。
So she's saying what will happen if you do that is that your mouth will come a little bit up and your bottom part will become a little bit longer, and then that balance will be very good.
はい。
はい。Okay.
止めるはかなりいい感じ。
止める is very, very good. Okay.
まあもうちょっとだけあれ最初の縦棒は長くてもよかったです。止めるの。
You could have made this a little bit longer.
そう。もうちょっと上から来てもよかったかな。
You can start from a little bit higher up top. Okay.
かな。
Very good.
いい。いい感じだ。ね、まずバランスがいい。
Your balance is very good. You've got a little more space here too, just like we were mentioning. You're right down the line.
このエントリー、3つのエントリーがもう少し大きく書けたら、もう書道先生感激すると思います。ここちょっと出た方がいい。ここはここまで線があるって思った方がいい。
You can stick that out a little bit more.
よりもここまで一本の縦棒があるって思った方がいい。
So you should think you make this tatebo a little bit longer. And she said you can make your entries a little bit bigger. So you can push down a little bit harder when you start.
で、止まってから動いた方がいいかもね。これ多分斜めに入れてそのままいってるんだけど、筆を一回止まってからしたい。ちょっとだけね、ここがね、膨らんだ方がいいんですよ、この筆。
So you want this to sort of blow up a little bit. So you push it down, stop, and then pull. All right.
かな。
Very good. T-setter. Mounted.
はい。いい。とて
Okay,
もいい。
you've followed the advice of starting within the box, so that's good.
いい。素晴らしい。いや、もう結構いいよ。
Very, very good. I would just all together pull it up a little bit. That's about it. The kanji itself looks really, really good.
もうあとはエントリーかな。
Entries, yeah, your entries. So you can just pull it up a little bit so it's all centered within the circle, right? So you've still sort of used the bottom line as your guide, so you can center it up in the middle of the circle, and then your entries.
そう、このエントリーがあるだけで、
It makes a big difference.
そうそう。
So just having this little sort of sideways line almost, you just sort of go like that. And then down. Just having that just is a huge difference in the way your kanji is perceived. Just starting in like that. ね。
シンプルな感じの時は、そのエントリーがあるかどうかで、そのなんていうの、印象が変わる。
Just having the entries when you're writing simple kanji, especially, it changes the way that they're perceived quite a bit. I feel lightheaded since 5 just left there. ありがとうございました。I hope you're okay.
いいですね。そう、まずね、ファイブトーズスロスベはね、とっても上手なんですよ、まず持って。 で半紙はね全然違うからなんかさちょっと雪厳しめだよね、
まあちょっと
ごめんね。
多分一人しかそのアドバイス使える人がいないのでなんて言えばいい？その多分使えるアドバイスたくさんもらえましたと思いますよ。
本当？
全然いい。はい十分。
そうもう十分。まずねブラシペンで結構ストロークイーブンに書いたりするのはすごい難しいから、それをもうみんなね頑張ってるし、
ね、
でも
everyone's
いい
working
感
very
じ。
very hard, doing very well. All right, we're 2.5 hours into the stream and we've only done 4 words. I don't think we're going to be able to finish today.
マジででも大丈夫でしょ。これとかさ最後さこれ一緒にできるでしょ。これ雨やったしやむも止めるも。
So we can actually skip those words. So, because we've already done that. Hold on. So this is the only page we really need to do. So there's 2 words at the end that we'll just talk about really quickly. We're not gonna do them because I know it's getting late for most of you, and late for us as well. So the last 2 words that we won't actually cover because we've already done the kanji are ame ga yamu, which is for rain to stop. Ame ga yamu, and that is, we'll have Yuki write them really quickly for us. That's rain, obviously, and stop. Ame ga yamu. No, we're gonna do a little bit more. It's fine. 見えないよここから。
ごめん。これがなんか
そっちなら
ペロッとしてうまくいかない。はい。じゃあすいません。すいません。はい。
He's lightheaded from your praise. よかったです。You're fine. So it's 雨が止む。
はい、雨が止むです。
So that's for rain to stop. And this is 止める。止める。And that is to stop something. To stop something. So you stop it. Like a car is moving at you and you stop it with your superhuman powers. Or you just press the brake pedal. That's also the same thing. 止める。
はい。
Tea Sutter, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
寝る時間だよ。
おやすみ and I bought a brush pen for next time. Sounds good. Thank you so much, Tea Sutter. Really appreciate that. I'm glad to hear that you found it helpful. Hopefully we'll see you for the next one.
ねえ。お疲れ様でした。ありがとうございます。
For those of you who are hanging out.
まあ特に言うことないか。これは自動詞。トランジティブとイントランジティブなので、こっちはオブジェクトがいります。止めるは need object です。
Yes, 止める needs an object. So you're going to have the O particle in combination with it all the time. Okay, so we are going to do our last 4 words, which have a couple new kanji for today, which are 半分. We'll go ahead and watch the skit. この字は何？
雨だよ。
雨？じゃあ明日は中止だね。
なんで？
明日は雨だ。
よかった。山に登りたくなかった。
山に登らなくてもいいよ。
そうなの？富士山に行くと思っていた。
グループの半分が山に登る。
もう半分は？
川で遊ぶ。
そっか。高い山に登るのが嫌だ。でも川で遊びたい。
そして夕方はみんなでキャンプをするよ。
いいな。雨が止まないかな。
てるてる坊主を作って雨を止めましょう。
いいね。
All right, so those are all the extra words we're going to be doing for today. Yuki will be back in a moment. Those words are going to be hanbun, which means half. Literally just means half. We have the kanji for half, and then amount or segment. Then we've got river, which is kawa, and then takai, which is a tall thing, something that's tall, or a expensive thing. And then we've got yugata, which is evening. And the only N5, or it might not even be N5, I think it's just a kanken 10 kanji, is evening. And then I accidentally taught the N4 kanji gata, which is direction. Minna neta.
みんな寝た？
ほぼ誰も残っていない。
あ、そうなの？
なんかどうするかちょっと要相談なんですが、
はい、
やり続けて後で見る人たちが戻ってきて見るためのに続けていくか、多分参加者はいない。
あ、なるほど、わかりました。
どうするか。
じゃあ
ほぼ寝た。I'm still awake.
あ、
okay,
OK。
that's good.
ほぼみんな寝た？
ほぼみんな寝た。13人しか残っていない。
そっか。
多分20人が寝た。
寝ちゃったか。おやすみみんな。お疲れ様でした。
So I think since it seems like I think I'm going to just make an executive decision here. Since it seems like most people have gone to bed, and this has been a very long stream, so that's understandable. We are going to write all of the remaining words in order. I'm just going to write all of them. Yuki will give me some advice on each of those. And then we'll have Yuki do the calligraphy. And then if anyone would like to submit theirs, we'll go ahead and look at all of them in order. So I'm just going to write all of the words right away. どう？
はい。
いいかな？
いいです。
はい、やります。
お願いします。
Half.
いい。
Okay. Did we already did minutes, eh? We've already done this kanji, eh?
あ、はい、や
A
り
bunch
ま
of
した。
times. So we're not going to worry about that one too much. The main one will be yeah, that's not it's too small. Obviously the sizes are not quite right, but the main kanji anyway is this one. So we'll have Yuki take a look at that one.
結構いいよ。こっちが
羽ですね。
払い
I thought I did it, but I guess I didn't. You can see the stop. Okay.
以上です。
以上です。Okay, let's go ahead and see
そのぐ
Yuki's
らいか
hung.
な。はい。
Oh, you connect them. Okay. Okay. Similar, but you've connected those together. Thanks for hanging out, Aquarius Black. I'm going to head off. Thanks for this wonderful lesson. Have a good day and night. Thank you so much. ありがとうございました。お疲れ様でした。おやすみなさい。よく寝て。Sleep well.
ね、モアビッドブレッシングが頑張るからね。We don't sleep って言ってるよ。
そう。寝ないで終わったら続くんだって。
えらいよ。
Keep practicing after. Okay, so that's 半分。
そう。まあここはつながっちゃってもつながっちゃってもいいと思うんだよね。このちょんができてれば、ここがこうやってくっついちゃっても、問題ないです。
Okay, so it's okay. Yeah, you can't actually change your name back to the way. It's a thing that YouTube has done to help combat impersonation, Grammy. So people were able to change their usernames freely, which allowed them to impersonate famous people or just other people in general, which caused a lot of problems apparently. So they switched it to only be unique usernames. Now you can change your unique username from what it is now by going into your YouTube settings, I believe. And there's a place called your user. I can't remember exactly what it is. I'll let you know next time. But you can change your tag, like your whatever that is called. I can't remember what it's called. So you can change that, as some people have already done. And then it will show up with at whatever you change it to. But that's how you'll show up on all channels in the future then. So you just want to keep that in mind. Our next word is kawa.
Hi.
Now, I've never been good at this kanji. I'm really bad at this kanji, so I'm hoping for some good advice. I have no idea how to write this one well.
なるほどね。
This is river, by the way, everyone.
はい。
No clue on how to write this one well.
まあ、3本しか線がないからちょっと難しいんですけど、まずまあ色がいいね。川っぽい。
The color is a good choice for a river.
はい。ちょっと書いてみます私。
まず。You're starting up higher there. You just keep going up. Okay, that was unexpected.
ちょっと縦棒が。こういう感じですね。
I mean, the obvious difference is I go like that and Yuki goes like that.
そうですね。で、
And this is much shorter.
そう真ん中がね一番短いの、まあ、それはできてるんだけど、ここはこの辺で止めた方がいいですね。で一番目のそうもうちょっとね月っぽいのこの月に似てるのこのファーストストロークは。
I see.
そうそれです。
Like
そう、完全なこののじゃなくて、この月のこのこの、そうこのストロークのここに似てるんですね。
Oh, wow, that was weird. I got the idea, but
もうちょっとねチップがあるとすればこっち側もこう。
Oh, that also goes like that. Okay.
だから最初そんなに長く書いちゃうと最後の棒はこの辺まで。
It'll be even longer, eh? I see. So that means this has to be even longer. I see. So you got to make the first one not too long. The first one needs to be somewhat. This is a hard kanji. It's so annoying how the simplest kanji are the hardest. So you want to make this not too long. And this has got to be the shortest, but not too short. And then this is going to start up here. Wow, that's really hard not to make that too big. And that's got to be harai. And also a little bit longer.
ストレート払いですね。
Let's make a box. Okay, I'm not going to worry about lines. I will worry about lines. It's not centered, but
大丈夫。それでもうまくいく。
Oh, that's a problem. That's going to be a problem.
そこがちょっと too long じゃない？
Right.
そこを気持ちもっと短く書いていかないと、その辺までに書いていかないと。で最後は長く書く。かな。
I shouldn't have come in a little. I should have gone a little bit straight.
それはねちょっと縦棒の。
A little bit more like that.
そう。
But also. Okay. This is why boxes are helpful. Something like that. You can't see it, but okay. But that's still got to be a little bit longer down to about here, eh?
そうですね。でもこれは結構うまく書けてると思う。
Okay.
まず最初のストロークはこの月みたいな最初のストローク。
Right. So first like moon.
こう。Then
just sweep out the end. Next one starts a little bit up higher.
小さく書いて。
About half or less.
でここは最後長めに書く。
Next straight line up to the left a little bit.
まあ超斜めってるんですけど。
Obviously, yeah.
はい。そんな
Uh-huh.
感じで。
Interesting.
最初に比べたらかなり良くなってると思います。
ね。ありがとうございます。勉強になりました。I think the next one I'm okay with. I've always liked this kanji. It's easy to balance, I feel like. Now that I've said that, it's going to be like impossible. Watch. And I've clearly not balanced it very well. But
でも、
okay.
いい、かなりいいと思う。
Okay. That's good. Not bad, apparently.
そう。この下のところをもうちょっとこっちに。
A little bit more to the left, eh?
感じかな。
Okay.
そうこれはさ右上に行ってるんだけど結構早くからここら辺からもう戻ってきちゃってるからもうちょっと
A little bit
そう
more
そう
up to
上
the
が
end,
りっ
eh?
ぱなしでいいって感じかなこういう。
Okay. I didn't do my entry there.
でもかなり上手に。
Oops. I've gone too far out and come back in too far in. まあ。
でもいい。
Yeah. It's always coming a little bit over to the right.
でも
But not bad.
全然悪くない。結構上手にかけています。いい。
Okay. It's not bad.
はい。
That's tall. ね。We'd have an E here.
いが見えない。
高い。高い。Tall. Okay, and our
expensive.
we're expensive, ね。Yeah. Because tall mountains are expensive.
みんな寝てないよ。寝たふり
みんな
して寝てない。
寝たふりしてるだけだね。みんな戻ってきた。ちょっとだけね。and our final kanji
はい。
is 夕方。あれokay. I don't know if that, okay, we'll see. This one I'm also not very good at. I guess you sweep that out.
はい。いいよ。
That's true, that's true. High price.
そうだね。ハイプライス。その時も高いになります。
Yeah. You come right up to the top. And you do these at the same angle, eh? Just like ta.
まあ、タもね、かなり同じだと思うんですけど。
ね。
タは、ここがね、もうちょっとここの。
Can't see it.
あ、すいません。タだと、ここがね、止まると思うんだよね。わかる？
Oh, the first part? Interesting.
違うかな？タはこうで、夕方の夕は、こっちが払うような気がするんだけど。いいよ。はい、いいと思います。
And then gata, for those of you who are interested, not an N5 kanji, so we're not going to spend any time on it, but 大丈夫だよ。そのストロークオーダーは間違いません。
いいですね。
This means direction. We're not going to worry about that. I know it's not good, but yugata is that one, eh? All right, so we're going to go ahead and have Yuki write our calligraphy. Zoom in on that. I'm going to run to the bathroom.
すいません。はい。じゃあ書いていきます。はい、こんな感じですね。 っと曲がっちゃったんですけど。あ、リブファースト、シュールファースト、久しぶり、こんにちは、ようこそ。今、カリグラフィーを全部書いています。夕方まで書き終わります。で、はい。
こんにちは、Trey Williams. Welcome to the stream. 久しぶり Live faster, faster. Welcome.
はい。
はい。
ちょっと夕方の夕はちょっとうまく書けてないかも。どうでしょうか。ちょっ
Looks
と
pretty
ね、
awesome.
ちょっと曲がっちゃったり。
I am going to just do one shot. It's going to be bad, but it's going to be a shot.
はい。
Let's see what we got.
帽子が。
My middle stroke is way too thick compared to the other strokes, but it is what it is.
うん。
I mean, it's okay. I'm happy because this I got. I finally figured that out. Well, you taught me. You finally was able to figure that out. Okay, let's see if I can do river. お腹ある？
半のその最初のチョンチョンってやつ、その点とシュの払いはもうちょっとなんて言えばいいの？
little bit more 斜め？
そうそう、斜めかもうちょっと小さめっていうか、なんて言えばいいのかな。結構さ、縦長に書いてるじゃないですか。この縦のさ、スペースを使っているから、そう、もうちょっと斜めで、薄くした方がいいかも。
And make them a little thinner, Yeah, I tried. It's hard. That's pretty bad, but it's what it is. Could have made that a little bit longer, but that was not terrible.
いいよ。結構いい。そうだね。最後の縦の払いの棒は、
a little bit longer, eh?
そう、
I'm gonna do that one just one more time. I've made that very long.
いい。止めて。
Ooh, why is it over there?
はい。
Okay. If that was a little better, that would be really, really good. But okay. All right, let's see if I can get a takai going.
難しい。高いわ。ブラシペンは難しいんですよ。
There's so much to do in such a little space.
Mm-hmm. うん。
Okay, I could have come out more. I needed to come out more over here.
あ、そうだね。そうだね。そこができてたら結構良かった
If
ね。
I came out to there, that would have been really
う
good.
ん。
That's okay though. Mm. なるほど。むず。
そうバランスがね。
むず。
うん。もう最初のね、そのポスチャーから。
うん。むずい言う。
うん、難しいんですよ、本当。
何それ。やだ。This is not an N5 kanji, so we're not worrying about that too much.
うん。
See, I still can't quite get that.
そう、そこがね、最後のストレート。
Because what happens is I start like this, and then I've had to switch back like this, so my pen is already like this. So I don't know how to I can't. There's nowhere I can go. So obviously, I need to be doing this.
そう、そう
So
です。
instead of going if I start like this, it's game over. There's nothing I can do to make that work. So it's really got to be down, over, down, over.
うん、そう。で、そのオーブンの時に一回ちょっと押し、止めて、
boom, over,
止めて、
over, over.
そうですね、素晴らしい。
I don't think I got that.
素
But
晴ら
anyway.
しい。
Okay, well, those were my tries. Lazy Bear Alex says, I definitely did stroke 4, then stroke 3 on this guy. Oh, yeah, it's fine. It's not N5. But yes, it's a little bit tricky. So let's go ahead and take a look at everyone else's versions of these. I need to link to that pen now. You can find it in the link in the description of this video, I believe. Yeah. So let's go ahead and take a look at what everyone else has done. My hiragana lessons are going well. You got this, Andy. Arigatou gozaimasu, Trey Williams. I'm trying.
ありがとうござい
I
ま
started
す。
self-learning Japanese 2 weeks ago and plan to do language school in April in Japan. You have the best language channel ever on YouTube. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad that you're finding it helpful.
あり
To
がとう
change
ござい
handle.
ま
Oh,
す。
there's instructions on how to change your handle. That's what it's called. It's called a handle. All right. Let's go ahead and see what Montana Margo has for us. We've got hanbun. Hanbun. Hanbun.
半分の半、 結構いい。
Your half is very good.
最後の縦の払いの棒も真ん中にかけているし、いいと思います。半に関しては、半は1個だけかな。この最初の点はもうちょっとこの左側から右にこういう。
Yeah. Instead of a straight up and down line, you can do a little bit more angled. That was her advice to me as well.
が良かったかな。
So a little bit more angled on those.
で、止め、ちょっとピッキーなんですけど、こういう風に横に行ったらシュッってなっちゃってるかな、もしかして。
Maybe.
これがこれがこういう風に来たら
What you want is that.
そう
You see, come back.
止まる
You go back and then back. And that's how you make that little, oh, you couldn't see it. To make it a little bit bigger. You go back and then back again. And that makes your little tome sign. Back a little bit, then back. Is what she's doing to make it look like.
そうここのアングルねここかな
With a regular brush, I think you sort of just press down and it automatically comes out like that. But, yeah.
文はでもこれ前やったんだよね
We've already done Boon, so we're not really going to talk about that one too much. But you do want your angle to come a little bit more jagged here, I'd say. No?
そうだね
You're going to sweep that out and then start from up above a little bit.
ここのね右払いのストロークを意識しすぎかももしかして意味わかんない
This?
そうそう
You've thought about how it's got to be swept out a little bit too much, maybe?
もうこのストロークができなくてもここからこういう風に書くだけでもいいからこれがね できなくてもちょっと意識しすぎかも
If you're having struggles with getting that which I can't get it down very well either. I'll be real with you. If you're having trouble with that part, it's better to just do it like that than it is to like sweep it out like a J like that. You probably can't see what I'm doing there, but
ここがね離れすぎてる見えなくなっちゃった、ここが離れすぎてるかな
these are a little bit your eighth part on top is a little bit too far apart, so you want to keep it sort of close together like that.
そこができてれば結構いいかなって思います
Yeah.
分はね
Yeah. And that's the main thing for that one.
はい
For River, looks like you've gone, and it's very easy to do this. You follow the angles of the first stroke. It's easy to especially if you've done instead of the moon stroke, you did what I did, is you sort of went out like that. It's easy to make your future lines sort of follow that. I should zoom out a little bit. So make sure, just like me, you go straight down in the beginning and then just curve it at the end on your first stroke. And that makes it much easier to get your following strokes straight up and down, is what I've found just now, at least. That was terrible, but whatever. It's the main thing with that one.
いや
Takai.
高いいいですね
Takai is pretty good.
いいですねそうね超細かいんだけど
I can guess. You want this one to be smaller than this one.
そうそうですね
You want the mouth on top to be smaller than the mouth in the box.
そう
That's the main thing.
そうなんだよここがねこっち側がちっちゃくてこの囲いの中にある
Is bigger.
口を大きく
So I'm
描
just
きた
going to
い
draw it fast. And so it's not very good, but
そう
you basically want that to be a little bit bigger.
そう
Like
な
that
ん
kind
で
of.
す
So the part on top is just a little bit smaller, but in general, it looks very good. If they're both the same size, what happens is you get it very tall, not very wide enough. So it wouldn't, like a kanji that actually looked like that in a box would end up being, you wouldn't have the space vertically to fit it in a box. You get what I'm saying? It's thin and tall, which kind of makes sense for the kanji's meaning, but you do want it to be more of a square.
そうだね
それぐらいかな。
でもね全体的には結構綺麗に描けてるから、
Overall, yeah, it's very,
もう
very good.
いい
And then 夕方。
はい
Gata looks nice.
ユウさ結構いいと思うんだけど、
Not bad.
ユウ結構上手に描けていると思います、ガタ今やった方がいいの
No, Gata's fine.
夕方のユウの最初のストロークは払った方がいいので、ここがね多分ちょっと止めてんのか
Looks like maybe you stopped there. Can't tell for sure. But what you want is you want a harai.
そう払った方が いいですね。
And then I believe what I remember from my katakana lesson is that you want the angles of these to be essentially the same, right? You want this angle to essentially match this angle.
そう、それ
You
タ
want these
の
to be
時ね。
not with yukata. Oh, okay.
タはね、そうちょっとね、
ちょっと違うね。
カタカナだから、
タはしなくていい。
そう
It's okay.
夕
So
方
maybe
の
that's fine. It's fine. Nothing to worry about there.
もう丸く書いて大丈夫です。だから U は結構良い。そこのファーストストロークがスイープアウトが良かったか
It's
な。
very good. Okay. Let's see what we've got for the
Hi.
last few. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I know that pen.
いい
This is all
ね。
Morbid Blessings
練習
practice.
してる。
Looking good. Looking very good. Working
私も
hard.
私はもっと練
Oh,
習
Five to Sloth Bear's Kitchen.
あ、いい
Nice,
いい
nice.
ですね。
I can see your folds there. Looking good. I can see all the kanji in the background too. That's cool. Okay. I like that brush rest. That is cool. All right, let's go from Alex.
はい。
Oh, we can't see it. Hi.
上手だな。この
Your top of Boon is very,
ま
very
ず
good.
ハムのとっても上手です。
Very good.
直すとすれば、
If she were to fix something.
そう直すとすれば、この半分のここの最後のストローク、ここは一番突き抜けた方がいいと思います。ここがね、ここが今さ結構さ、
はい、
同じフラットな感じじゃないですか。ここがちょっと突き抜けた方がいいかなって思います。
So she's saying that your vertical line, if she had to correct something, should start above your dots.
結構ピッキーなんですけど。
Now she's going to be really picky.
このね、横の線の止め、横棒の止めですね。
止めね。
そう、横棒の止めはこれが今さ、
You've come below.
そうそう、ビローになってこういう感じだよね今。
Yeah, your tomes your stops are below the line, and I get that. I do that a lot too.
だ
But
け
you want them
ど
above the line.
そう、これをねこういう風に押さえるときに上に行きたいのね。この、これが超細かいね。難しいねこれ。うまく作るにはこういう風に返しをもう筆で作っちゃう。
You can make it with your brush to make it look.
こういう風に三角にこういう風に作ることも一応できもOK なんだけ
It's
ど。
okay to do that if you want to make it look more obvious. Is to actually draw the ending so that it comes on
下
top.
がこういう風に出ちゃってるのがちょっともったいないというか。
Your strokes are also good, so having these come out on the bottom is sort of like a. She said "mottainai." It's a not a waste, although that's how you could
ね。
That's how you would literally translate it.
So
It's like it's
super
too bad.
close.
It's too bad because it's so close. Just that little thing.
って感じかな。
Oh, there you go. Montana Margot. That looks good. Okay, sweet. The capital letters make it very clear. Nice.
Oh.
All right. Okay, so quickly, you probably already know what I'm going to say here because of what we just said with Montana Margot's. And that is, you want these, you basically want to take this one, cut it, then move it over here, then take this one, cut it, paste it here, and then move this one here.
そうですね。
And then you're done. That's it. Your kanjis. You won kanji. You also won kanji. So you just want to reverse those.
それですね。いい。さっきの糞も良かったんだけど、こういう形の、スタイルの感じのアングルが結構ユニークで良いって思う。
So she says this is a very unique. Your angling here is very unique, but she likes it. It's good.
なんていうのかな、その結構
Stylized.
そうがいい。 夕方の夕も良いです。
Yugata no yu is also good.
そう、気持ち言うと、
If she were to say a
もう少し
little bit,
ワ
make
イ
it a
ド
little
で
bit
も
fatter.
いいかな。
Made it a little bit wider.
うん、
But
以
good.
上です。あ、かわいい。
Oh, yeah. No, that's
うん、
good.
かわいいですね。
Kawaii,
うん
she said. Yeah,
かわ
it's good.
いい。
Kawaii, not kawaii.
川がいい。
いいね。
うん、川ベリーグッド。
川がいい。
うん。
はい. Very good. Nothing to say on that one. Oh, that's it. Okay.
あ、そうなんだ。
We'll see if anyone has anything to add. We'll go ahead and do a quiz while we wait for everyone. If anyone else is going to submit any of the kanji, just one is fine. If you want to submit a couple, that's fine as well. We'll give you guys some time to do that by jumping into the quiz.
はーい。
Zoom in here. Just leave it on
クイ
me.
ズの量も結構あるよ。
We have quite a few.
11枚。
Yeah, I'll go first. Just give us how to write it in hiragana or katakana or romaji. A win is a win. There you go. Morbid Blessing is in first place with can't speak today. With Alex in second, Montana Margot in third, Five-Toed Sloth Bear in fourth. Bananas for me. Oh, right. I forgot about the bananas.
Yay!
You were supposed to get bananas for all of your... I can't type. I can't type. I forgot. I don't have a keyboard. For all of your wins and for all of your submissions as well. Bananas at more. Oh, no. That's all in Japanese. That won't work. That should pop it up. It does not. Okay. Okay, not working. It is what it is.
難しい。
Muzakashi. Anyway,
難しいな。
nice job.
いや、モアビットブレッシングいいですね。いくよ。この。はい。かわいいか、かわいいか。
さあ、どうかな。ピンポン。
いいですね。アレックス1番、モアビットブレッシング2番、ファイブトッツスロスベア5シ3番、モンタナマーゴ。惜しいタイポだ。
Definitely a typo.
うん。素晴らしい。
There you go, fourth place. Wait, Alex, what is that weird character? It's like one of those weird quotation angly markers. Trying to figure out what that is.
ちょんついてる。
It's like a mark on our monitor or something. All right, very good.
はい。ねえ、高いはさ、そのさ、カッコがあるのに、まさかのそのカッコの中の口を大きく書かなきゃいけないなんてさ、
ね。
難しいね。
I think it's a back tick. Okay. Ping pong! Morbid Blessing is in first place. There you go. You get the Banana Queen.
あ、クイーンだ。
With Five Dust Love Bear in second and Lazy Werebear in third. Montana Margo, you got there as well in fourth place. Excellent job. Let's see what this is. Get some real bananas. Again, ame.
いい
You got some
ね。
ame for your correct ame. All
そう
right.
同じだからね。はい。この漢字難しいな、ほんと。お、アレックス1番、ゴシ2番、
Ah!
スティング01、あ、スティング01、惜しい。
Yukata is a summer, like a
Cotton
summer kimono, a
Mm.
cotton kimono that is like one layer worn in the summer. Yukata. It's often worn in the what everyone else said. You also
Hi.
want to extend that U. Very good job.
モアビットブレッシング3番、モンタナマーゴ4番です。
Yugata. Yugata with G. G sound.
こ すごい。いい感じだ。
Banana. Bananas for Alex.
バナナバナナバナナ
And more bananas for Alex with Chushi. Oh, sorry, I just said the answer. Alex is in first place with Stig01 in second, 5 Does Bear in third, and Morbid Blessing in fourth place. Excellent job. Montana Margot, you got super close.
惜しい
You've typed Chiu, but what you want is Chu. So it's CH, I guess, Y? Let's go ahead and see. Let's take a look at the desktop. Bring up the desktop. Delete that. I'll show you how to type it quick. Hi, we got C H U C H U U, and then you can just type SI. You don't actually have to type all of she. Although I usually do type she. I usually do type SHI. But you can just type C. And if you wanted to type out a full, you messed up, you type chi first, and you need the little tiny U, you can type X, Y, U, or L, Y, U. And that gets you a little tiny one. Those are little tricks for typing in Japanese. Okay.
はーい
You got there in the end. Although you need to extend that. Ooh. このベンチ結構いいよね。ペタンコになんのかなこれ。スペース的には良いよね。
おモービットプレッシング惜しい惜しいスティグ01 1番モービットプレッシングナイス2番、ゴシ3番モンタナマーゴ4番、アレックス5番いいですね、
Very good.
そうちょんちょんの方ね丸じゃなくてちょんちょんでお願いします
そう
ひらがなコンバインの
早い。Psyche 20,001. Welcome to the stream. You are correct. You've got first place in bananas. Maru. Alex, you are in second with Stig0 in third place. 5 Does Bear in fourth. Morbid Blessing. That is correct. You are in fifth place. Excellent job. Yes, that is the name of Fuji-san. Montana Margot, you got there as well. Nice job. Sixth place.
なんか先週も言ったんですけどこの富士山、富士山の山は本当人の、アンディさんみたいな山だと思ってた、本当最初。When she was in elementary school, she always thought the san was the Yuki-san, Andy-san san. And I think most Japanese learners probably think that as well. 本当
Yeah.
よかった、仲間いた。仲間いたよ。
Hi, Lazy Werebear. Alex, you are in first place with 5 Does Bear in second. Morbid Blessing in third. And Montana Margot in fourth. Alex, there you go. I would type at Alex, but I can't do that right now. Why?
はい。
All right. Just 2 more after this one.
私真ん中に書いてるね。ここ真ん中。
Right in the middle.
お、いいですね。スティグ01、1番、アレックス2番、ゴシ3番、モービットブレッシング4番、モンタナマーゴ5番です。
Excellent job. Bananas for you.
素晴らしいな。
Now I got it right. There you go. Yes, you did. Ah.
これ長い。
This is a
タイ
tricky
ピン
one.
グ長い。
Lots of typing to do. Yes, you do. It is on the road surface a lot. Who's gonna get there? Ah, no, very close. Tricky one. Not quite. No. Morbid Blessing is in first place. Bananas for you. Excellent job.
いや、いい。素晴らしいです。
Ah, very close. Montana Margo, that is essentially there. Essentially there, but you need something a little different. We'll let you get there. Alex, there you go. Second place.
Hi.
Yep. So this can often be read as to. Within other two kanji words, it's usually read as shi. So as in chushi, tomeru, tomaru. But this one, when it has a mu at the end. So this is mu, remember. You get yamu, yamu. Ame ga yamu. Ame ga yamu. Ame ga yamu. だよね。
yamu です。
雨が止む。
はい。
雨が止む。There you go. Very close. All right, tough one. There you go. Third place. All right.
あ、
Good
い
job,
い
Grammy.
ね。もた卵いいですね。はい。
Final card of the day.
じゃじゃん。
Wow, that's really bad.
お。モービッドブレッシング1番、アレックス2番。いいですね。危ない危ない危ない。
アンディヤマ。
ふむふむ。ゴッシー3番、モンタナマーゴ4番です。アンディさん。
そうだね、アンディさんになるんだよね、
アンデ
それだったら。
ィさん。アンデ
Although
ィさん。
sometimes it is read as Yama. You have to be careful. Andi-san or Andi-yama. Those are both possible readings.
だけど、アンディ山。
よ。
そう、アンディさん。
Ah,
どっちだろう。
I don't know. As long as it's not Ando.
It's a Monty
Indeed,
Python reference だよ。
All right. So I need to watch more Monty Python. Phew. It doesn't look like we have any more submissions for this lesson unless my Discord is just not populating. I know most people are getting tired and getting ready for bed. It's a long one today. I think we had a
はい。
3.5 hour stream. That's a long time to be writing kanji. So, otsukaresama deshita, minna. You did very, very well. Yamamago-san. There you go.
そうか、
いいね、いいね。
そのね、マウントの方はつけないんですよ、
Right.
私たちは。
So the mountain always goes
そうそうそう。
after the name. So always, just like with numbers and stuff, honestly. So you always have the name and then what it is. So if it's a mountain, it's
山。
mountain comes after. Always. So it's always Andy Mountain. Never Mount Andy in Japanese. Same with like Mr. Mr. Andy is Andy-san. The name always comes first, and what they are, the title or whatever comes last. Thank you so much, Alex. Appreciate that. Marathon stream today. Thank you both for all of your help and guidance. ありがとうございます。こちらこそ。
こちらこそありがとうございます。もういつ
Does
もありが
Montana
とう
mean
ござい
mountain?
ま
I
す。
didn't know that. Interesting.
モンタナって、
It's a state of Montana. I
だ
didn't
け
know
ど
that it
山
actually
っ
meant
ていう意
mountain.
味だったんだ
Interesting. Is it
ね。
in one of the native languages from that area, I'm guessing?
へー。
Interesting. That's cool. Thank you so much, Alex. Appreciate that. Thank you so much, 5 out there. You went over and above today. ありがとうございます. Thank you so
あ
much.
りがとうございます。
Thank you. Appreciate that. I'm glad that it's been helpful. You guys are getting really, really good. Passing me up in a lot of areas. I should practice more.
ありがとうございます。もう本
I
当
only really get time to practice on these live streams. So, but I enjoy it and I appreciate the opportunity. So thank you guys for that, for all of your support.
ね、ありがとうございます。
Thank you. All right, guys. Well, I think it's time for us to get going for today. Next week will be the lesson 20 video release. And then 2 weeks from now will be... No, wait, I'm sorry. Hold on. I got to check. Next week...
Next week は、あれでしょ、悟りリーダーさ
We'll be
ん。
filming the Satori Reader video. So we'll probably release the premiere, but we won't be at the premiere. So you guys can all hang out at the premiere, but we won't be able to attend because Brian and I will be filming the video that answers all of your questions, hopefully, that we will be getting in the chat. So we won't actually be at the premiere because we'll be picking up Brian from the station at that time.
本
So
当それか、なんか火曜日とかじゃダメですか。
まあそれでもいいか。 Okay, we'll move it to Thursday. We'll move it to Thursday and we'll be there for it then. Okay. Well, I was gonna just release it the same time as always, and then we wouldn't be there for it. But instead, we'll do it the next day on Thursday. We'll be lesson 20, and then the live stream will be the same time as always in the following week. And then, and then let's see. And then lesson 21 is actually finished being edited, but I have to check it, and that'll be up on the website probably later today or tomorrow. So thanks to Dan for getting that done.
ありがとうございます。
When I was in Yosemite, a guy asked me where Montana Mountain is because my license plate had Montana Margo. I told him it was in Montana. Montana is Spanish for Montana is Spanish for mountain. Oh, okay. I see. It's not insignificant to me the amount of progress I've made since finding this channel and joining your site. I appreciate it so much and do my best to make that felt. Thank you so much, Mario Blessing. We do appreciate it very much. On Thursday JST, so Wednesday in the US. Yes. So if it's Tuesday now, it'll be the next day, next week. Okay. Great. All right, guys. Well, have a wonderful week, and we will see you in the next one.
はい。
はい。
いや、本当今日はありがとうございます。長かったね。
長かった。ありがとう。じゃあ、せーの、8。
はい。
せーの、また次のビデオで会いましょうね。バイバイ。
ありがとうございました。Thank you everyone.
Have a good week. Thank you so much.
ね、お疲れ様。おやすみみんな。
お疲れ様でした。この字は何？
雨だよ。
雨？じゃあ明日は中止だね。
なんで？
明日は雨だ。
よかった。山に登りたくなかった。
山に登らなくてもいいよ。
そうなの？富士山に行くと思っていた。
うん、グループの半分が山に登る。
もう半分は？
川で遊ぶ。
そっか。高い山に登るのが嫌だ。でも川で遊びたい。
そして夕方はみんなでキャンプをするよ。
いいな。雨が止まないかな。
てるてる坊主を作って雨を止めましょう。
いいね。